Welcome to our professional training series in divination, tarot, and astrology. The following training in astrology was developed for students that are going through the courses with the School of Our Divine Infinite Being. The order and sequence of training are created with specific elements of repetition throughout for the purpose of reinforcing memory and clarity. We wanted to make our training available to the general public here on YouTube, while also encouraging those interested in a career as a divination professional in astrology and tarot to check out our programs at www.divineinfinitebeing.com. We have post-graduation program assistance that you will not find anywhere else. This includes live video consultation technology, calendar booking, social share tools, affiliate program development, e-commerce, and the opportunity to take clients from the marketing efforts of our talented in-house staff. Again, you will find all of this at www.divineinfinitebeing.com.
Sponsored by AstrologyPro.com, the #1 platform for astrologers and tarot readers to operate their divination services. We hope you enjoy this training. Saturn in the Western Astrology. The planet of Saturn encore maturity and wisdom in the second return. Introduction. Saturn is located in the 6th house of the Sun and is one of the most important planets in Western astrology. It is a celestial mentor that symbolizes discipline and accountability. Its scythe-like shape symbolizes time and the harvest of life's bounty. As it moves through different houses, Saturn affects various areas of your life. Its aspects shape complex dynamics that foster disciplined ambition or push you to grow through challenges. Saturn in astrology. Unveiling the cosmic mind. Saturn in astrology embodies discipline, responsibility, and the necessity of facing limitations. It serves as a cosmic teacher, urging individuals to confront challenges with patience and perseverance. Saturn's influence instills a sense of structure and order, guiding us to establish solid foundations for our ambitions. It symbolizes authority and leadership, encouraging us to take charge of our lives and inspire others through our actions. Additionally, Saturn represents karmic lessons, reminding us of the consequences of past actions and the need for introspection and growth. Embracing Saturn's energy involves accepting the passage of time and the importance of patience in achieving long-term goals. By understanding and working with Saturn's influence, individuals can navigate life's obstacles with resilience and ultimately achieve greater success and fulfillment. Saturn is a celestial body. Saturn, the 6th planet from the Sun and the second largest in the solar system, is a celestial marvel renowned for its stunning rings. Composed mostly of hydrogen and helium, its distinct feature is its prominent ring system comprised of ice, dust, and rock particles. Saturn's rings, though mainly composed of water ice, vary in size, shape, and brightness. This gas giant boasts a diverse array of moons with over 80 confirmed satellites, including Titan, its largest moon and one of the few bodies in the solar system with a dense atmosphere. Saturn's magnetic field is also notable, generating strong auroras at its poles. Its remarkable beauty and intriguing characteristics make Saturn a captivating subject of astronomical study and a source of wonder for generations of stargazers. The symbolic resonance of Saturn. Saturn's symbolic resonance encompasses themes of time, discipline, and karma. In mythology, it represents the cycle of life, reflecting growth, harvest, and renewal. Astrologically, Saturn symbolizes challenges and transformation, urging individuals to confront obstacles, embrace responsibility, and cultivate resilience. Its rings, orderly yet ethereal, symbolize boundaries and the balance between structure and freedom. Saturn's slow orbit signifies the steady passage of time and the importance of patience. It also embodies authority and leadership, emphasizing integrity and accountability. Overall, Saturn's symbolism speaks to the human experience of growth and self-discovery, reminding us to face challenges with determination, knowing they contribute to our evolution and maturity. Saturn's glyph, a cosmic anchor of discipline and wisdom. Saturn's symbol embodies discipline and responsibility, prompting contemplation on its inherent power. It advocates for facing challenges with courage and embracing life's natural cycles. Symbolizing discipline, accountability, and time, Saturn imparts enduring lessons and fosters growth. Its linear perspective on life encourages patience and perseverance in overcoming obstacles. The scythe, with its upward curve, symbolizes the passage of time and the cyclical nature of existence. It represents wisdom's ascent and the harvest of achievements through disciplined effort. Thus, Saturn's symbol serves as a cosmic guide, urging individuals to navigate life's seasons with strategic planning, patience, and awareness. Saturn's cycle of life. Saturn's cycle of life symbolizes the passage of time, growth, and transformation. In ancient mythology, Saturn, or Cronus, represents the cyclical nature of life, with themes of birth, maturity, harvest, and renewal. Astrologically, Saturn's return approximately every 29.5 years marks significant life stages, prompting individuals to confront responsibilities, reassess goals, and mature emotionally and spiritually. This period, known as the Saturn return, challenges individuals to navigate obstacles and embrace discipline, ultimately leading to personal growth and self-discovery. Throughout its orbit, Saturn's influence encourages us to recognize and accept limitations, teaching the importance of patience, perseverance, and resilience. By confronting challenges and learning from experiences, individuals can progress through Saturn's cycle with wisdom and maturity, contributing to their personal evolution within the broader context of the cycle of life. Reflecting growth. Saturn's cycle reflects growth through discipline, perseverance, and the acceptance of limitations. Symbolically, it mirrors life stages, urging individuals to confront challenges and mature spiritually. The Saturn return, occurring every 29.5 years, marks pivotal moments of self-discovery and personal development. Practically, Saturn's influence fosters growth by instilling resilience and encouraging structured progress. Embracing responsibility and adhering to a disciplined approach lead to long-term success. Overall, Saturn's cycle embodies the ongoing journey of growth, guiding individuals towards wisdom and maturity as they navigate life's challenges and opportunities. Maturity. Saturn fosters maturity through responsibility, discipline, and self-awareness. Symbolically, it represents wisdom gained from experience and resilience in facing life's challenges. The Saturn return, approximately every 29.5 years, marks a significant milestone prompting introspection and growth. Practically, Saturn encourages adherence to structure and perseverance, cultivating maturity in decision-making and problem-solving. Its influence instills accountability and fosters self-reflection, guiding individuals towards greater wisdom and fulfillment. Transformation. Saturn catalyzes transformation through its emphasis on discipline, perseverance, and introspection. Symbolically, Saturn represents the process of personal evolution and growth as individuals confront challenges and overcome limitations. Practically, Saturn's influence encourages individuals to embrace responsibility and adhere to a structured approach in pursuit of their goals. Through self-discipline and resilience, individuals undergo transformative experiences that lead to greater self-awareness and fulfillment. Overall, Saturn's energy facilitates profound transformation, guiding individuals towards becoming their most authentic and empowered selves. Saturn's characteristics. Saturn in astrology and astronomy exhibits several key characteristics. Structure and boundaries. Saturn symbolizes structure, order, and boundaries. It encourages individuals to establish firm foundations and adhere to rules and limitations. Discipline and responsibility. Saturn embodies discipline, responsibility, and diligence. Its influence urges individuals to work hard, persevere through challenges, and take accountability for their actions. Time and patience. Saturn is associated with time, representing the passage of time and the need for patience in achieving goals. Its influence encourages individuals to adopt a long-term perspective and to invest in sustained effort over time. Authority and leadership. Saturn symbolizes authority, leadership, and maturity. It encourages individuals to take on leadership roles with integrity, wisdom, and a sense of duty. Karmic lessons. In astrology, Saturn is often associated with karmic lessons. Its influence can manifest as challenges or obstacles that individuals must confront in order to learn and grow. Stability and endurance. Saturn represents stability, endurance, and resilience. It teaches individuals to weather life's storms with grace and to emerge stronger from adversity. Wisdom and mastery. Saturn is associated with wisdom, mastery, and expertise. Its influence encourages individuals to strive for excellence and to develop their skills and talents to their fullest potential. Saturn, embracing the trickster archetype of clever communication and dynamic disruption. Associating Saturn with the trickster archetype and clever communication, while intriguing, diverges from traditional interpretations. In astrology and mythology, Saturn embodies discipline, responsibility, and authority rather than trickery. However, exploring this concept metaphorically could yield interesting insights. Saturn's influence could be viewed as disrupting conventional communication patterns, encouraging innovative approaches. Its slow orbit could symbolize the deliberate, strategic nature of communication, emphasizing clarity and integrity. By embracing Saturn's energy, individuals may harness its transformative potential, using communication as a tool for constructive disruption and meaningful change. Though unconventional, this perspective underscores Saturn's multifaceted influence and its capacity to inspire creative reinterpretations of traditional archetypes in astrology. Saturn, embracing the enhancing intuition and divination. While Saturn's traditional astrological role emphasizes discipline and structure, some interpretations explore its mystical influence in enhancing intuition and divination. Saturn's slow orbit symbolizes contemplative processes, encouraging patience and discipline in intuitive development. Its association with boundaries suggests the importance of ethical guidelines and clear intentions in divinatory practices. This perspective offers a unique opportunity to integrate practical wisdom with mystical insight, fostering spiritual growth and a deeper connection to intuitive wisdom. While unconventional, embracing Saturn's mystical potential adds nuance to its astrological symbolism, enriching our understanding of its influence on intuitive and divinatory practices. Significance of the Saturn in the Western astrology. Saturn holds profound significance in Western astrology, symbolizing structure, responsibility, and challenges. Its influence emphasizes discipline, accountability, and the importance of enduring obstacles for personal growth. Representing time and patience, Saturn reminds us of the value of perseverance and long-term planning. Its placement in the birth chart indicates karmic lessons in areas of life requiring maturity and self-reflection. Saturn's influence encourages individuals to confront limitations, embrace responsibilities, and strive for wisdom and integrity in leadership roles. Overall, Saturn's significance lies in its role as a teacher, guiding souls through life's trials towards self-realization and spiritual evolution. Dual facets of Saturn's rule: navigating communication and analyses in Aquarius and Capricorn. In Aquarius, Saturn's influence on communication navigates a balance between detachment and innovation. Individuals may face challenges in expressing emotions or forming personal connections, but Saturn encourages clarity and objectivity in conveying ideas. By embracing Saturn's discipline, Aquarians can excel in communicating complex concepts, fostering intellectual discussions, and inspiring social change through their unique perspectives. In Capricorn, Saturn's impact on analysis emphasizes practicality and long-term vision. While there may be a tendency towards rigidity or resistance to new ideas, Saturn guides Capricorns to approach analysis with thoroughness and strategic planning. Capricorns can excel in problem-solving and decision-making, utilizing Saturn's discipline to navigate complexities and achieve sustainable results. Overall, Saturn's dual facets in Aquarius and Capricorn prompt individuals to balance tradition with progress, detachment with empathy, and discipline with innovation, fostering personal and professional growth in communication and analysis. Saturn's precision in Capricorn, mastering analytical communication. In Capricorn, Saturn's influence manifests as a precise and disciplined approach to analytical communication, earning it the title of the exalted dance. Individuals with Saturn in Capricorn excel in strategic thinking, meticulous analysis, and effective communication. Saturn's precision fosters clarity and depth in conveying complex ideas, making Capricorns adept at navigating intricate concepts and problem-solving with efficiency. The exalted dance represents the harmonious synergy between Capricorn's practicality and Saturn's disciplined influence. This partnership allows Capricorns to articulate their thoughts with precision, authority, and strategic foresight. Whether in professional settings or personal interactions, they demonstrate mastery in conveying their messages with clarity and impact. By embracing Saturn's precision, Capricorns harness the power of analytical communication to achieve their goals, inspire others, and navigate the complexities of life with confidence and grace. Saturn retrograde. Saturn retrograde, an astrological phenomenon, intensifies introspection and accountability. It prompts individuals to review past actions, confront unresolved issues, and reassess long-term goals. Delays and challenges may arise, serving as opportunities for growth and self-reflection. During this period, discipline and resilience are crucial as Saturn's influence amplifies karmic lessons and tests of responsibility. It's a time to slow down, evaluate commitments, and make necessary adjustments to align with personal and professional aspirations. Saturn retrograde invites us to embrace accountability and cultivate patience as we navigate the complexities of life's journey. Navigating Saturn retrograde, unraveling the cosmic phenomenon. Saturn retrograde, a pivotal event in astrology, challenges individuals to confront their responsibilities, reassess their goals, and delve into the depths of their psyche. This period prompts introspection, urging us to review past actions and confront unresolved issues. Delays and obstacles may arise, testing our patience and resilience. Yet within these challenges lie opportunities for growth and self-discovery. By embracing Saturn's retrograde energy, we can unravel the cosmic mysteries within ourselves, aligning with our true path and forging a stronger connection to our destiny. This celestial phenomenon serves as a guiding light, illuminating the path to personal evolution and spiritual enlightenment. What does it mean when Saturn is in conjunction with the Sun in astrology? When Saturn is in conjunction with the Sun in astrology, it signifies a blending of Saturn's influence with the Sun's qualities of identity, vitality, and ego. Here's what it typically means. Seriousness and discipline. Individuals with this aspect may possess a serious and disciplined approach to life. Saturn's influence tempers the Sun's vitality, leading to a sense of responsibility and maturity in expressing one's identity and pursuing goals. Sense of duty. Saturn's conjunction with the Sun emphasizes a strong sense of duty or obligation. Individuals with this aspect may feel a profound responsibility to fulfill their roles and responsibilities in life, often prioritizing long-term goals over immediate gratification. Self-confidence through accomplishment. The conjunction of Saturn and the Sun may indicate that individuals derive their sense of self-worth and confidence from their achievements and accomplishments. Success and recognition are important to them, and they may work diligently to attain their goals. Authority and leadership. Saturn's influence adds a sense of authority and leadership to the Sun's expression. Individuals with this aspect may naturally assume positions of responsibility and authority, leading with integrity and discipline. Inner strength and resilience. Saturn's conjunction with the Sun fosters inner strength and resilience. Individuals with this aspect possess the ability to endure challenges and setbacks with determination and perseverance, emerging stronger and wiser from adversity. What does it mean when Saturn is in opposition with the Sun in astrology? When Saturn is in opposition with the Sun in astrology, it indicates a tension or conflict between Saturn's influence and the Sun's qualities of identity, vitality, and ego. Here's what it typically means. Challenges to authority. Individuals with this aspect may experience challenges to their authority or sense of self-confidence. Saturn's opposition to the Sun can create obstacles or limitations that test one's leadership abilities or self-assurance. Inner conflict. There may be inner conflict or tension between one's personal goals and external responsibilities. Individuals with this aspect may feel torn between pursuing their own desires and meeting the expectations or demands of authority figures or the outside world. Struggles with self-expression. Saturn's opposition to the Sun may lead to difficulties in expressing oneself authentically. Individuals may feel inhibited or restricted in asserting their identity or asserting their needs and desires. Frustration and obstacles. This aspect can indicate frustrations and obstacles in achieving one's goals or fulfilling one's ambitions. Saturn's influence may create delays or setbacks that force individuals to confront their limitations and exercise patience and perseverance. Finding balance. Individuals with Saturn opposed to the Sun may need to find a balance between asserting themselves and honoring their responsibilities or commitments. It requires navigating conflicts between personal desires and external obligations with patience, flexibility, and self-awareness. What does it mean when Saturn is in trine with the Sun in astrology? When Saturn is in trine with the Sun in astrology, it signifies a harmonious and supportive aspect between Saturn's influence and the Sun's qualities of identity, vitality, and ego. Here's what it typically means. Stability and discipline. Individuals with this aspect experience a sense of stability and discipline in expressing their identity and pursuing their goals. Saturn's influence provides a structured and organized approach to life, fostering a strong sense of responsibility and maturity. Self-confidence through achievement. The trine between Saturn and the Sun indicates that individuals derive their self-confidence and sense of worth from their achievements and accomplishments. They may have a strong work ethic and take pride in their ability to meet their goals with diligence and perseverance. Success and recognition. Saturn's trine to the Sun may indicate success and recognition in one's endeavors. Individuals with this aspect may receive praise and acknowledgement for their hard work and dedication, leading to a sense of fulfillment and accomplishment. Authority and leadership. The trine aspect between Saturn and the Sun adds a sense of authority and leadership to one's personality. Individuals may naturally assume positions of responsibility and influence, leading with integrity and discipline. Inner strength and resilience. Saturn's trine to the Sun fosters inner strength and resilience. Individuals with this aspect possess the ability to endure challenges and setbacks with grace and determination, emerging stronger and wiser from adversity. What does it mean when Saturn is squared with the Sun in astrology? When Saturn is squared with the Sun in astrology, it indicates a challenging aspect between Saturn's influence and the Sun's qualities of identity, vitality, and ego. Here's what it typically means. Inner conflict. Individuals with this aspect may experience inner conflict or tension between their sense of self and external responsibilities. There can be a clash between personal desires and the demands of authority figures or societal expectations. Obstacles and challenges. Saturn square to the Sun may lead to obstacles, delays, or setbacks in achieving one's goals or fulfilling one's ambitions. Individuals may encounter challenges that force them to confront their limitations and exercise patience and perseverance. Self-doubt and insecurity. This aspect can indicate feelings of self-doubt or insecurity in asserting one's identity or pursuing one's ambitions. Saturn's influence may create a sense of limitation or restriction that undermines one's confidence and self-esteem. Authority figures and restrictions. Individuals with Saturn squared to the Sun may experience conflicts with authority figures or encounter restrictions in asserting their autonomy. Saturn's influence may impose limitations or responsibilities that challenge one's sense of freedom and self-expression. Struggle for recognition. There may be a struggle for recognition or validation of one's achievements. Saturn square to the Sun may create barriers to success or obstacles in gaining acknowledgement for one's efforts and accomplishments. What does it mean when Saturn is in sextile with the Sun in astrology? When Saturn is in sextile with the Sun in astrology, it signifies a harmonious and supportive aspect between Saturn's influence and the Sun's qualities of identity, vitality, and ego. Here's what it typically means. Steady progress. Individuals with this aspect experience steady progress towards their goals. Saturn's influence provides structure and discipline to the Sun's vitality, allowing individuals to achieve success through methodical and consistent effort. Responsible leadership. Saturn's sextile to the Sun enhances qualities of responsibility and leadership. Individuals may naturally assume positions of authority or influence, leading with integrity and maturity. Self-confidence through accomplishment. The sextile between Saturn and the Sun indicates that individuals derive their self-confidence and sense of worth from their achievements. They may take pride in their ability to meet their goals with diligence and perseverance. Practicality and realism. There is a practical and realistic approach to life with this aspect. Individuals are able to assess situations objectively and make sound decisions based on practical considerations rather than relying solely on emotion or impulse. Inner strength and resilience. Saturn's sextile to the Sun fosters inner strength and resilience. Individuals with this aspect possess the ability to endure challenges and setbacks with determination and grace, emerging stronger and wiser from adversity. What does it mean when Saturn is in conjunction with the Mercury in astrology? When Saturn is in conjunction with Mercury in astrology, it signifies a blending of Saturn's influence with Mercury's qualities of communication, intellect, and learning. Here's what it means. Serious communication. Saturn's influence can add a serious or disciplined tone to Mercury's communication style. Individuals with this aspect may prefer practical conversations and tend to be reserved or cautious in their speech. Structured thinking. Saturn's presence can bring structure and organization to Mercury's mental processes. People with this aspect may have a methodical approach to problem solving and decision making. Deep thinking. Saturn's conjunction with Mercury can deepen intellectual pursuits and encourage profound thought. Individuals may be drawn to complex or serious subjects, seeking depth and understanding in their studies. Responsibility in communication. Saturn's influence may instill a sense of responsibility or duty in how Mercury's messages are conveyed. People with this aspect may prioritize honesty, integrity, and accountability in their communication. Challenges in expression. Depending on other factors in the birth chart, this aspect may also indicate challenges or delays in communication. Saturn's influence can sometimes restrict or inhibit Mercury's expression, leading to difficulties in articulating thoughts or ideas. What does it mean when Saturn is in opposition with the Mercury in astrology? When Saturn is in opposition with Mercury in astrology, it indicates a tension or conflict between Saturn's influence and Mercury's qualities of communication, intellect, and learning. Here's what it typically means. Communication challenges. Individuals with this aspect may experience difficulties in expressing themselves clearly or articulating their thoughts. Saturn's influence can create obstacles or delays in communication, leading to misunderstandings or misinterpretations. Critical thinking. Saturn's opposition to Mercury may heighten critical thinking and skepticism. People with this aspect may be naturally cautious or skeptical of new ideas, preferring to analyze and scrutinize information carefully before accepting it. Rigid thinking. There can be a tendency towards rigid or narrow-minded thinking with this aspect. Saturn's influence may inhibit Mercury's flexibility, leading to stubbornness or resistance to alternative viewpoints. Conflict between reason and emotion. There may be a conflict between logic and emotion with this aspect. Saturn's practicality may clash with Mercury's need for intellectual stimulation, leading to inner tension or frustration. Challenges in learning. Individuals with Saturn opposite Mercury may encounter obstacles or delays in their educational pursuits. Saturn's influence can create challenges in learning or difficulties in assimilating new information. What does it mean when Saturn is in trine with the Mercury in astrology? When Saturn is in trine with Mercury in astrology, it indicates a harmonious and supportive aspect between Saturn's influence and Mercury's qualities of communication, intellect, and learning. Here's what it typically means. Structured communication. Individuals with this aspect have a natural ability to communicate with clarity, precision, and authority. Saturn's influence provides a structured and disciplined approach to Mercury's communication style. Practical thinking. Saturn's trine to Mercury enhances practical thinking and problem-solving abilities. People with this aspect excel at analyzing situations logically and finding practical solutions to challenges. Deep understanding. There is a depth and maturity to Mercury's mental processes with this aspect. Saturn's influence encourages individuals to delve deeply into subjects, seeking understanding and mastery, rather than surface-level knowledge. Stability in learning. Individuals with Saturn trine Mercury may experience stability and consistency in their educational pursuits. Saturn's influence provides a steady and disciplined approach to learning, leading to academic success and achievement. Effective planning. Saturn's trine to Mercury enhances organizational skills and strategic thinking. Individuals with this aspect excel at planning and implementing long-term goals with precision and efficiency. What does it mean when Saturn is in squared with the Mercury in astrology? When Saturn is squared with Mercury in astrology, it signifies a challenging aspect between Saturn's influence and Mercury's qualities of communication, intellect, and learning. Here's what it typically means. Communication obstacles. Individuals with this aspect may experience difficulties in expressing themselves clearly or articulating their thoughts. Saturn's influence creates obstacles or delays in communication, leading to misunderstandings, confusion, or frustration. Negative thinking patterns. There can be a tendency towards negative thinking or pessimism with this aspect. Saturn's square to Mercury may exacerbate anxiety, self-doubt, or critical thinking, leading to mental rigidity or pessimistic outlooks. Rigid belief systems. Saturn's square to Mercury may lead to rigidity or stubbornness in belief systems. Individuals with this aspect may be resistant to alternative viewpoints or new ideas, preferring to stick to familiar ways of thinking. Challenges in learning. There may be obstacles or delays in educational pursuits with this aspect. Saturn's influence can create challenges in learning or difficulties in assimilating new information, leading to academic setbacks or frustrations. Conflict between reason and emotion. Individuals with Saturn squared Mercury may experience inner conflict between logic and emotion. Saturn's influence may inhibit Mercury's flexibility, leading to tension between rationality and emotional needs. What does it mean when Saturn is in sextile with the Mercury in astrology? When Saturn is in sextile with Mercury in astrology, it indicates a harmonious and supportive aspect between Saturn's influence and Mercury's qualities of communication, intellect, and learning. Here's what it typically means. Effective communication. Individuals with this aspect have a natural ability to communicate with clarity, precision, and authority. Saturn's influence provides structure and discipline to Mercury's communication style, leading to effective and impactful communication. Practical thinking. Saturn's sextile to Mercury enhances practical thinking and problem-solving abilities. People with this aspect excel at analyzing situations logically and finding practical solutions to challenges. Stability in learning. Individuals with Saturn sextile Mercury experience stability and consistency in their educational pursuits. Saturn's influence provides a steady and disciplined approach to learning, leading to academic success and achievement. Strategic planning. Saturn's sextile to Mercury enhances organizational skills and strategic thinking. Individuals with this aspect excel at planning and implementing long-term goals with precision and efficiency. Mature intellect. There is a maturity and depth to Mercury's mental processes with this aspect. Saturn's influence encourages individuals to delve deeply into subjects, seeking understanding and mastery, rather than surface-level knowledge. What does it mean when Saturn is in conjunction with the Mars in astrology? When Saturn is in conjunction with Mars in astrology, it signifies a blending of Saturn's influence with Mars's qualities of action, energy, and assertiveness. Here's what it typically means. Disciplined action. Individuals with this aspect have a disciplined approach to action and assertiveness. Saturn's influence tempers Mars's impulsiveness, leading to deliberate and strategic actions. Endurance and persistence. Saturn's conjunction with Mars enhances endurance and persistence. People with this aspect can persevere through challenges and obstacles with determination and resilience. Structured ambition. There is a structured and organized approach to ambition and goal setting with this aspect. Saturn's influence provides a framework for Mars's drive, leading to methodical pursuit of objectives. Controlled anger. Saturn's conjunction with Mars may indicate controlled or restrained anger. Individuals with this aspect may have a strong sense of discipline in managing their emotions, channeling Mars's energy constructively. Patience in conflict. Saturn's influence encourages patience and strategic thinking in conflicts or confrontations. People with this aspect may prefer to assess situations carefully before taking action, avoiding impulsive reactions. What does it mean when Saturn is in opposition with the Mars in astrology? When Saturn is in opposition with Mars in astrology, it signifies a harmonious and supportive aspect between Saturn's influence and Mars's qualities of action, energy, and assertiveness. Here's what it typically means. Struggle between restraint and action. Individuals with this aspect may feel torn between the cautious, restrained energy of Saturn and the impulsive, assertive energy of Mars. There can be a push-pull dynamic between wanting to take action and feeling held back by limitations or responsibilities. Frustration and obstacles. Saturn's opposition to Mars may lead to frustration and obstacles in pursuing goals or asserting oneself. There may be delays, setbacks, or challenges that force individuals to confront their limitations and exercise patience. Conflict and tension. This aspect can indicate inner or outer conflict and tension. Individuals may experience inner struggles between their desires and their sense of duty, or face external conflicts with authority figures or obstacles in their path. Channeling energy constructively. Saturn's opposition to Mars challenges individuals to find constructive outlets for their energy and assertiveness. It encourages patience, discipline, and strategic planning rather than acting impulsively. Balancing assertiveness with responsibility. Individuals with this aspect may need to find a balance between asserting themselves and honoring their responsibilities or commitments. Saturn's influence encourages a cautious and disciplined approach to action. What does it mean when Saturn is in trine with the Mars in astrology? When Saturn is in opposition with Mars in astrology, it signifies a challenging and tense aspect between Saturn's restrictive, disciplined nature and Mars's impulsive, action-driven energy. Here's what it typically means. Disciplined action. Individuals with this aspect have a natural ability to take disciplined and strategic action. Saturn's influence provides structure and discipline to Mars's energy, leading to effective and purposeful actions. Endurance and persistence. Saturn's trine to Mars enhances endurance and persistence. People with this aspect can persevere through challenges and obstacles with determination and resilience, achieving their goals through consistent effort. Stable energy. There is a stable and steady flow of energy with this aspect. Saturn's influence helps to regulate Mars's energy, preventing it from becoming too impulsive or erratic. Structured ambition. Individuals with this aspect have a structured and organized approach to ambition and goal setting. Saturn's influence provides a framework for Mars's drive, leading to methodical pursuit of objectives. Controlled assertiveness. Saturn's trine to Mars may indicate controlled assertiveness. People with this aspect can assert themselves confidently and effectively, but with a sense of restraint and discipline. What does it mean when Saturn is squared with the Mars in astrology? When Saturn is square Mars in astrology, it signifies a tense and conflicting aspect between Saturn's discipline, structure and restriction, and Mars's energy, drive and assertiveness. This aspect often creates internal and external struggles that require patience and perseverance to overcome. Here's what it typically means. Conflict and frustration. Individuals with this aspect may experience inner tension or external conflicts between their desires and their sense of duty or responsibility. There can be a clash between the assertive, impulsive energy of Mars and the cautious, restrictive energy of Saturn. Obstacles and delays. Saturn square to Mars may lead to obstacles, delays, or frustrations in pursuing goals or asserting oneself. Individuals may encounter setbacks or challenges that force them to confront their limitations and exercise patience. Inner struggle. This aspect can indicate inner conflict or frustration. Individuals may feel torn between their desire for action and their sense of duty or obligation, leading to feelings of frustration or resentment. Channeling energy constructively. Saturn square to Mars challenges individuals to find constructive outlets for their energy and assertiveness. It encourages patience, discipline, and strategic planning, rather than acting impulsively. Balancing assertiveness with responsibility. Individuals with this aspect may need to find a balance between asserting themselves and honoring their responsibilities or commitments. Saturn influence encourages a cautious and disciplined approach to action. What does it mean when Saturn in sextile with the Mars in astrology? When Saturn is in sextile with Mars in astrology, it signifies a supportive and constructive aspect between Saturn's discipline, structure, and patience, and Mars's drive, energy, and assertiveness. This aspect enhances the ability to take calculated action and achieve long-term goals with determination. Here's what it typically means. Effective action. Individuals with this aspect have a natural ability to take effective and purposeful action. Saturn's influence provides structure and discipline to Mars's energy, leading to efficient and strategic actions. Endurance and persistence. Saturn sextile to Mars enhances endurance and persistence. People with this aspect can persevere through challenges and obstacles with determination and resilience, achieving their goals through consistent effort. Stable energy. is a stable and steady flow of energy with this aspect. Saturn's influence helps to regulate Mars's energy, preventing it from becoming too impulsive or erratic. Structured ambition. Individuals with this aspect have a structured and organized approach to ambition and goal setting. Saturn's influence provides a framework for Mars's drive, leading to methodical pursuit of objectives. Controlled assertiveness. Saturn's sextile to Mars may indicate controlled assertiveness. People with this aspect can assert themselves confidently and effectively, but with a sense of restraint and discipline. What does it mean when Saturn is in conjunction with the Moon in astrology? When Saturn is in conjunction with the Moon in astrology, it signifies a blending of Saturn's influence with the Moon's qualities of emotions, instincts, and nurturing. Here's what it typically means. Emotional restraint. Individuals with this aspect may experience emotional restraint or suppression. Saturn's influence can create a sense of seriousness or heaviness in emotional expression, leading to a tendency to suppress feelings or keep emotions in check. Responsibility and nurturing. Saturn's conjunction with the Moon emphasizes responsibility and duty in nurturing and caregiving roles. Individuals with this aspect may take their emotional responsibilities seriously, prioritizing stability and security in their relationships. Emotional maturity. There is a sense of emotional maturity and wisdom with this aspect. Saturn's influence encourages individuals to approach emotions with patience, discipline, and self-control, leading to a greater capacity for emotional resilience and stability. Family obligations. Individuals with Saturn conjunct the Moon may feel a strong sense of obligation or duty towards family members. Saturn's influence can highlight family responsibilities and the importance of maintaining traditions and structures within the family unit. Inner security. Saturn's conjunction with the Moon may indicate a need for inner security and stability. Individuals with this aspect may seek to establish a strong foundation of emotional security through disciplined self-care practices and a structured approach to nurturing themselves and others. What does it mean when Saturn is in opposition with the Moon in astrology? When Saturn is in opposition with the Moon in astrology, it indicates a tension or conflict between Saturn's influence and the Moon's qualities of emotions, instincts, and nurturing. Here's what it typically means. Emotional conflict. Individuals with this aspect may experience inner tension or external conflicts between their emotional needs and their sense of duty or responsibility. There can be a clash between the need for emotional security and the constraints or limitations imposed by Saturn. Emotional suppression. Saturn's opposition to the Moon may lead to feelings of emotional suppression or restriction. Individuals may struggle to express their feelings freely or may feel inhibited in their emotional expression due to fear of judgment or rejection. Family dynamics. This aspect can indicate challenges or conflicts within the family environment. Saturn's influence may create obstacles or limitations in family relationships, leading to feelings of isolation or distance from loved ones. Inner struggle. Individuals with Saturn opposed to the Moon may experience inner conflict or ambivalence regarding their emotional needs and desires. There may be a struggle between the need for emotional security and the desire for independence or autonomy. Parental influence. Saturn's opposition to the Moon may indicate challenges or conflicts with parental figures. Individuals may feel a sense of duty or obligation towards their parents, but may also feel restricted or inhibited by their expectations or demands. What does it mean when Saturn is in trine with the Moon in astrology? When Saturn is in trine with the Moon in astrology, it indicates a harmonious and supportive aspect between Saturn's influence and the Moon's qualities of emotions, instincts, and nurturing. Here's what it typically means. Emotional stability. Individuals with this aspect experience a sense of emotional stability and security. Saturn's influence provides a grounding effect on the Moon's fluctuating emotions, fostering a sense of inner calm and resilience. Responsibility and nurturing. Saturn's trine to the Moon emphasizes a responsible and nurturing approach to emotions. Individuals with this aspect prioritize stability and security in their relationships, taking their emotional responsibilities seriously. Practical emotional expression. There is a practical and disciplined approach to emotional expression with this aspect. Individuals are able to express their feelings in a controlled and constructive manner, avoiding unnecessary drama or volatility. Family harmony. Saturn's trine to the Moon may indicate harmonious family dynamics. Individuals may feel a strong sense of connection and support within their family unit, with Saturn providing structure and stability to familial relationships. Inner strength. This aspect fosters a deep sense of inner strength and resilience. Individuals with Saturn trine the Moon are able to navigate life's challenges with grace and maturity, drawing upon their emotional stability and sense of inner security. What does it mean when Saturn is squared with the Moon in astrology? When Saturn is squared with the Moon in astrology, it indicates a challenging aspect between Saturn's influence and the Moon's qualities of emotions, instincts, and nurturing. Here's what it typically means. Emotional tension. Individuals with this aspect may experience inner tension or conflict between their emotional needs and their sense of duty or responsibility. There can be a clash between the need for emotional security and the limitations or constraints imposed by Saturn. Emotional suppression. Saturn square to the Moon may lead to feelings of emotional suppression or restriction. Individuals may struggle to express their feelings freely or may feel inhibited in their emotional expression due to fear of judgment or rejection. Family dynamics. This aspect can indicate challenges or conflicts within the family environment. Saturn's influence may create obstacles or limitations in family relationships, leading to feelings of isolation or distance from loved ones. Inner struggle. Individuals with Saturn squared to the Moon may experience inner conflict or ambivalence regarding their emotional needs and desires. There may be a struggle between the need for emotional security and the desire for independence or autonomy. Parental influence. Saturn square to the Moon may indicate challenges or conflicts with parental figures. Individuals may feel a sense of duty or obligation towards their parents, but may also feel restricted or inhibited by their expectations or demands. What does it mean when Saturn is in sextile with the Moon in astrology? When Saturn is in sextile with the Moon in astrology, it indicates a harmonious and supportive aspect between Saturn's influence and the Moon's qualities of emotions, instincts, and nurturing. Here's what it typically means. Emotional stability. Individuals with this aspect experience a sense of emotional stability and security. Saturn's influence provides a grounding effect on the moon's fluctuating emotions, fostering a sense of inner calm and resilience. Responsibility and nurturing. Saturn's sextile to the moon emphasizes a responsible and nurturing approach to emotions. Individuals with this aspect prioritize stability and security in their relationships, taking their emotional responsibilities seriously. Practical emotional expression. There is a practical and disciplined approach to emotional expression with this aspect. Individuals are able to express their feelings in a controlled and constructive manner, avoiding unnecessary drama or volatility. Family harmony. Saturn's sextile to the moon may indicate harmonious family dynamics. Individuals may feel a strong sense of connection and support within their family unit, with Saturn providing structure and stability to familial relationships. Inner strength. This aspect fosters a deep sense of inner strength and resilience. Individuals with Saturn sextile the moon are able to navigate life's challenges with grace and maturity, drawing upon their emotional stability and sense of inner security. What does it mean when Saturn is in conjunction with the Venus in astrology? When Saturn is in conjunction with Venus in astrology, it signifies a blending of Saturn's influence with Venus's qualities of love, relationships, beauty, and pleasure. Here's what it typically means. Serious relationships. Individuals with this aspect may approach relationships with a sense of seriousness and commitment. Saturn's influence adds stability and longevity to Venus's romantic inclinations, leading to enduring and meaningful partnerships. Practicality and love. Saturn's conjunction with Venus emphasizes practical considerations in matters of love and romance. Individuals may prioritize stability, security, and practicality in their relationships, seeking partners who share their long-term goals and values. Delayed gratification. Saturn's influence may lead to delays or obstacles in matters of love and romance. Individuals with this aspect may experience challenges or setbacks in finding love or achieving romantic goals, requiring patience and perseverance. Aesthetic discipline. Saturn's conjunction with Venus fosters a disciplined approach to beauty and aesthetics. Individuals may have refined tastes and appreciate beauty in a structured and organized manner, valuing quality over quantity. Maturity in relationships. The conjunction of Saturn and Venus indicates maturity and wisdom in matters of love and relationships. Individuals may have a realistic understanding of the complexities of love and are willing to invest time and effort into building lasting and fulfilling partnerships. What does it mean when Saturn is in opposition with the Venus in astrology? When Saturn is in opposition with Venus in astrology, it indicates a tension or conflict between Saturn's influence and Venus's qualities of love, relationships, beauty, and pleasure. Here's what it typically means. Challenges in relationships. Individuals with this aspect may experience challenges or conflicts in their relationships. Saturn's opposition to Venus can create obstacles or limitations that test the harmony and balance in partnerships, leading to disagreements or power struggles. Delay or obstacles in love. Saturn's opposition to Venus may lead to delays or setbacks in matters of love and romance. Individuals may encounter obstacles or limitations in finding love or achieving romantic goals, requiring patience and perseverance. Restriction in pleasure. This aspect can indicate a sense of restriction or inhibition in matters of pleasure and enjoyment. Individuals may feel limited or constrained in expressing their desires or indulging in leisure activities, leading to frustration or dissatisfaction. Inner conflict. Individuals with Saturn opposed to Venus may experience inner conflict or ambivalence regarding their desires and values in relationships. There may be a struggle between the need for security and stability versus the desire for pleasure and romance. Balancing practicality and sensuality. Saturn's opposition to Venus challenges individuals to find a balance between practical considerations and sensual desires in their relationships. It requires navigating conflicts between long-term goals and immediate gratification with patience, flexibility, and self-awareness. What does it mean when Saturn is in trine with the Venus in astrology? When Saturn is in trine with Venus in astrology, it indicates a harmonious and supportive aspect between Saturn's influence and Venus's qualities of love, relationships, beauty, and pleasure. Here's what it typically means. Stable relationships. Individuals with this aspect tend to experience stable and enduring relationships. Saturn's trine to Venus adds a sense of commitment, reliability, and longevity to partnerships, fostering harmony and mutual respect. Practical love. Saturn's trine to Venus emphasizes practical considerations in matters of love and romance. Individuals may prioritize stability, security, and practicality in their relationships, seeking partners who share their long-term goals and values. Appreciation of beauty. The trine aspect between Saturn and Venus indicates an appreciation for beauty and aesthetics, tempered with a sense of discipline and refinement. Individuals may have refined tastes and value quality over quantity in matters of art, design, and culture. Financial stability. Saturn's trine to Venus may bring financial stability and security through partnerships or investments. Individuals may benefit from shared resources or financial agreements that contribute to their overall sense of stability and well-being. Mature sensuality. The conjunction of Saturn and Venus suggests maturity and wisdom in matters of sensuality and pleasure. Individuals may approach physical intimacy with patience, sensitivity, and a deep understanding of their partner's needs and desires. What does it mean when Saturn is squared with the Venus in astrology? When Saturn is squared with Venus in astrology, it indicates a challenging aspect between Saturn's influence and Venus's qualities of love, relationships, beauty, and pleasure. Here's what it typically means. Relationship challenges. Individuals with this aspect may experience challenges or conflicts in their relationships. Saturn square to Venus can create tension, obstacles, or limitations that test the harmony and balance in partnerships, leading to disagreements, delays, or power struggles. Delay or obstacles in love. Saturn square to Venus may lead to delays or setbacks in matters of love and romance. Individuals may encounter obstacles or limitations in finding love or achieving romantic goals, requiring patience and perseverance. Restriction in pleasure. This aspect can indicate a sense of restriction or inhibition in matters of pleasure and enjoyment. Individuals may feel limited or constrained in expressing their desires or indulging in leisure activities, leading to frustration or dissatisfaction. Financial challenges in relationships. Saturn square to Venus may bring financial challenges or conflicts in relationships. Individuals may experience tension or disagreements over shared resources, financial responsibilities, or differing values regarding money and material possessions. Inner conflict. Individuals with Saturn squared to Venus may experience inner conflict or ambivalence regarding their desires and values in relationships. There may be a struggle between the need for security and stability versus the desire for pleasure and romance. What does it mean when Saturn is in sextile with the Venus in astrology? When Saturn is in sextile with Venus in astrology, it signifies a harmonious and supportive aspect between Saturn's influence and Venus's qualities of love, relationships, beauty, and pleasure. Here's what it typically means. Harmonious relationships. Individuals with this aspect tend to experience harmonious and balanced relationships. Saturn's sextile to Venus enhances cooperation, mutual respect, and understanding in partnerships, fostering a sense of harmony and stability. Practical love. Saturn's sextile to Venus emphasizes practical considerations in matters of love and romance. Individuals may prioritize stability, security, and reliability in their relationships, seeking partners who share their long-term goals and values. Appreciation of beauty. The sextile aspect between Saturn and Venus indicates an appreciation for beauty and aesthetics, tempered with a sense of discipline and refinement. Individuals may have refined tastes and value quality over quantity in matters of art, design, and culture. Financial stability. Saturn's sextile to Venus may bring financial stability and security through partnerships or investments. Individuals may benefit from shared resources or financial agreements that contribute to their overall sense of stability and well-being. Mature sensuality. The sextile between Saturn and Venus suggests maturity and wisdom in matters of sensuality and pleasure. Individuals may approach physical intimacy with patience, sensitivity, and a deep understanding of their partner's needs and desires. What does it mean when Saturn is in conjunction with the Jupiter in astrology? When Saturn is in conjunction with Jupiter in astrology, it signifies a blending of Saturn's influence with Jupiter's qualities of expansion, growth, wisdom, and abundance. Here's what it typically means. Balancing optimism with realism. Individuals with this aspect may possess a balanced outlook on life, combining Jupiter's optimism and enthusiasm with Saturn's realism and practicality. They can set ambitious goals while also understanding the importance of patience, discipline, and hard work to achieve them. Practical wisdom. Saturn's conjunction with Jupiter enhances qualities of wisdom and maturity. Individuals may possess a deep understanding of life's complexities, drawing upon both experience and intuition to make sound decisions and navigate challenges effectively. Striving for success. The conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter indicates a strong drive for success and achievement. Individuals may have ambitious aspirations and a desire to excel in their chosen endeavors, often willing to put in the necessary effort and perseverance to reach their goals. Long-term planning. Individuals with this aspect are likely to engage in long-term planning and strategic thinking. Saturn's influence adds a sense of foresight and discipline to Jupiter's expansive vision, encouraging individuals to carefully consider the implications of their actions and make prudent choices for the future. Balancing risk and security. Saturn's conjunction with Jupiter challenges individuals to find a balance between taking calculated risks and ensuring security and stability. They may seek opportunities for growth and expansion while also being mindful of potential pitfalls and limitations. What does it mean when Saturn is in opposition with the Jupiter in astrology? When Saturn is in opposition with Jupiter in astrology, it indicates a tension or conflict between Saturn's influence and Jupiter's qualities of expansion, growth, wisdom, and abundance. Here's what it typically means. Conflicting beliefs and values. Individuals with this aspect may experience conflicts or contradictions between their beliefs, values, and goals. Saturn's opposition to Jupiter can create tension between the desire for growth and expansion and the need for stability and security. Struggles with optimism and pessimism. There may be inner conflicts between optimism and pessimism. Individuals may vacillate between periods of confidence and enthusiasm, Jupiter, and moments of doubt and caution, Saturn, making it challenging to maintain a consistent approach to life. Challenges in achieving goals. Saturn's opposition to Jupiter may lead to obstacles or setbacks in achieving one's goals or pursuing opportunities for growth. Individuals may encounter limitations or delays that force them to reassess their plans and strategies. Balancing risk and caution. This aspect challenges individuals to find a balance between taking risks and exercising caution. Saturn's influence may lead to a more conservative approach to opportunities and ventures, while Jupiter urges exploration and expansion. Striving for balance. Individuals with Saturn opposed to Jupiter may strive to find a middle ground between expansion and contraction, growth and limitation. It requires navigating conflicts between the desire for progress and the need for stability with patience, flexibility, and self-awareness. What does it mean when Saturn is in trine with the Jupiter in astrology? When Saturn is in trine with Jupiter in astrology, it signifies a harmonious and supportive aspect between Saturn's influence and Jupiter's qualities of expansion, growth, wisdom, and abundance. Here's what it typically means. Practical wisdom. Individuals with this aspect possess a blend of practicality and wisdom. Saturn's trine to Jupiter enhances qualities of foresight, maturity, and responsibility, allowing individuals to make informed decisions and navigate challenges with confidence. Opportunities for success. The trine between Saturn and Jupiter indicates favorable opportunities for success and achievement. Individuals may benefit from a combination of hard work, perseverance, and good fortune, leading to growth and advancement in various areas of life. Balanced optimism. Individuals with this aspect maintain a balanced outlook on life, combining Jupiter's optimism and enthusiasm with Saturn's realism and discipline. They can set ambitious goals while also understanding the importance of patience, moderation, and careful planning. Stable expansion. Saturn's trine to Jupiter provides a stable foundation for growth and expansion. Individuals may experience steady progress and improvement in their endeavors, supported by a strong sense of discipline, organization, and responsibility. Wisdom through experience. The trine aspect between Saturn and Jupiter suggests a deep understanding of life's complexities gained through experience. Individuals may possess a wealth of knowledge and practical skills that enable them to overcome obstacles and achieve long-term success. What does it mean when Saturn is squared with the Jupiter in astrology? When Saturn is squared with Jupiter in astrology, it indicates a challenging aspect between Saturn's influence and Jupiter's qualities of expansion, growth, wisdom, and abundance. Here's what it typically means. Conflicting beliefs and values. Individuals with this aspect may experience conflicts or contradictions between their beliefs, values, and goals. Saturn square to Jupiter can create tension between the desire for growth and expansion and the need for stability and security. Challenges in achieving goals. Saturn square to Jupiter may lead to obstacles or setbacks in achieving one's goals or pursuing opportunities for growth. Individuals may encounter limitations or delays that force them to reassess their plans and strategies. Struggles with optimism and pessimism. There may be inner conflicts between optimism and pessimism. Individuals may vacillate between periods of confidence and enthusiasm, Jupiter, and moments of doubt and caution, Saturn, making it challenging to maintain a consistent approach to life. Balancing risk and caution. This aspect challenges individuals to find a balance between taking risks and exercising caution. Saturn's influence may lead to a more conservative approach to opportunities and ventures, while Jupiter urges exploration and expansion. Overcoming challenges. Individuals with Saturn square to Jupiter may need to overcome challenges or limitations in order to achieve their goals. This aspect can foster resilience, determination, and perseverance in the face of adversity. What does it mean when Saturn is in sextile with the Jupiter in astrology? When Saturn is in sextile with Jupiter in astrology, it signifies a harmonious and supportive aspect between Saturn's influence and Jupiter's qualities of expansion, growth, wisdom, and abundance. Here's what it typically means. Opportunities for growth. Individuals with this aspect may encounter favorable opportunities for growth and advancement in various areas of life. Saturn's sextile to Jupiter enhances the potential for success, allowing individuals to capitalize on their talents, skills, and resources. Practical wisdom. The sextile between Saturn and Jupiter indicates a blend of practicality and wisdom. Individuals may possess a balanced outlook on life, combining Jupiter's optimism and enthusiasm with Saturn's realism and discipline. Stable expansion. Saturn's sextile to Jupiter provides a stable foundation for growth and expansion. Individuals may experience steady progress and improvement in their endeavors, supported by a strong sense of discipline, organization, and responsibility. Balanced optimism. Individuals with this aspect maintain a balanced perspective, leveraging opportunities for growth while also exercising patience, moderation, and careful planning. They can set ambitious goals while understanding the importance of realistic expectations and prudent decision-making. Wisdom through experience. The sextile aspect between Saturn and Jupiter suggests a deep understanding of life's complexities gained through experience. Individuals may possess a wealth of knowledge and practical skills that enable them to overcome obstacles and achieve long-term success. What does it mean when Saturn is in conjunction with the Saturn in astrology? When Saturn is in conjunction with Saturn in astrology, it represents a profound moment of self-reflection, responsibility, and growth. This aspect, often associated with the Saturn return, signifies the merging of Saturn's energies, intensifying its lessons of discipline, structure, and accountability. Here's what it means. A turning point in life. This conjunction often marks a significant life milestone, where past choices and actions come under scrutiny. It signals a time to assess progress and realign with long-term goals. Karmic reckoning. Saturn's conjunction brings karmic themes to the forefront. It encourages individuals to face the consequences of their actions, paving the way for resolution and growth. Foundations and structure. This aspect calls for a reevaluation of the foundations of one's life, whether personal, professional, or relational. Weak structures are challenged and strong ones are reinforced. Time of maturity. Saturn in conjunction with Saturn is a period of stepping into adulthood, regardless of chronological age. It's a time for taking full accountability for one's choices and direction. Redefining responsibilities. This alignment intensifies the focus on responsibilities. Individuals are often called to reprioritize or take on new duties aligned with their long-term goals. What does it mean when Saturn is in opposition with the Saturn in astrology? When Saturn is in opposition with Saturn in astrology, it creates a dynamic tension that encourages a reevaluation of structure, responsibility, and personal growth. This challenging alignment often coincides with periods of internal conflict and external obstacles, pushing individuals to find balance and accountability. Here's what it means. Challenge to authority. This opposition can create conflicts with authority figures or societal expectations, prompting individuals to question the roles and responsibilities they've accepted. Tension between past and future. The alignment often highlights discrepancies between where you've been and where you want to go, creating an inner struggle to reconcile past lessons with future aspirations. Examination of goals. Long-term goals and ambitions are tested under this transit. Individuals may feel a pull between obligations and desires for growth or change. Work-life imbalance. The aspect often reveals imbalances between professional responsibilities and personal well-being, forcing individuals to reassess priorities. Resistance to change. This aspect may bring resistance to transformation, as one part of the self clings to tradition, while another seeks progress. What does it mean when Saturn is in trine with the Saturn in astrology? When Saturn is in trine with Saturn in astrology, it signifies a period of harmony between discipline, structure, and long-term goals. This aspect fosters a constructive flow of energy, making it easier to consolidate efforts and achieve substantial growth. Here's what it means. Harmonious growth. This aspect supports steady and measured personal or professional advancement, enabling individuals to build on past achievements with greater ease. Strengthening foundations. Saturn trine Saturn provides an opportunity to reinforce the foundational aspects of life, such as career, family, and personal values, ensuring long-term stability. Mastery of time. Individuals may develop a refined sense of timing, allowing them to allocate resources and prioritize tasks effectively without feeling overwhelmed. Ease of responsibility. This transit often brings a sense of satisfaction in fulfilling duties and responsibilities, with less strain compared to other Saturn aspects. Material success. A trine between Saturns can bring recognition and rewards for consistent effort, particularly in career or projects that require patience and dedication. Balance between work and life. This aspect helps individuals maintain a healthier balance between personal and professional obligations, fostering a sense of contentment. What does it mean when Saturn is squared with the Saturn in astrology? When Saturn is square with Saturn in astrology, it indicates a period of tension and challenge regarding structure, authority, responsibility, and long-term goals. This aspect often forces individuals to confront limitations and restrictions that require effort to overcome. Here's what it means. Feeling stuck. Individuals may feel like they are stuck in situations where progress is blocked, either due to internal limitations or external barriers that feel difficult to navigate. Reckoning with responsibilities. The square aspect challenges individuals to take a closer look at their obligations and responsibilities. There may be a sense of burden or the feeling that their efforts aren't being rewarded as expected. Ego struggles with authority. A square between Saturns often indicates a conflict between one's desire for personal freedom and external authority. This can lead to friction with supervisors, mentors, or established structures. Conflict with personal limitations. This aspect forces individuals to face personal limitations or past mistakes. It becomes a time to reassess what needs to change within oneself to progress forward. Redefining goals. There is a strong potential for individuals to feel frustrated by goals that seem out of reach or unattainable, but this tension can drive the reevaluation and refocusing of ambitions to align with more achievable objectives. What does it mean when Saturn is in sextile with the Saturn in astrology? When Saturn is in sextile with Saturn in astrology, it signifies a harmonious connection between the individual's sense of responsibility, structure, and long-term goals. This aspect brings positive energy for consolidating efforts and working steadily toward one's ambitions. Here's what it means. Strengthening of structural foundations. The sextile between Saturn supports the creation or reinforcement of strong, stable structures in life, whether they be in career, relationships, or personal goals. Ease with long-term commitments. Individuals may experience a natural flow and ease in handling long-term commitments, such as career trajectories, investments, or family obligations, with fewer obstacles. Support from authority figures. The harmony between Saturns can attract positive attention or support from authority figures, mentors, or organizations, creating favorable conditions for growth and success. Effective time management. This aspect enhances one's ability to plan effectively and manage time with efficiency, helping individuals make steady progress toward their goals without feeling overwhelmed. Balance between work and play. Saturn's sextile with itself enables a healthy integration of responsibility and relaxation. Individuals are more likely to find a balanced approach to their obligations and personal downtime. What does it mean when Saturn is in conjunction with the Uranus in astrology? When Saturn is in conjunction with Uranus in astrology, it signifies a fusion of Saturn's discipline and structure with Uranus's innovation and sudden change. This aspect combines stability with sudden bursts of energy and unconventional ideas. Here's what it means. Balance between tradition and innovation. The conjunction encourages the merging of old structures with new, innovative ideas, fostering progress while maintaining a level of security. Persistence and transformation. There is an ability to stay committed to transformation and personal evolution, even when it requires breaking away from the familiar or making unconventional choices. Disruption of systems. This combination often triggers a fundamental shift in existing systems, whether in personal life, career, or society, prompting major changes in how things are structured or controlled. Methodical approach to change. People with this aspect are capable of managing radical changes with methodical precision, allowing them to bring new and innovative systems into place while maintaining some order. Responsible revolution. The individual may feel called to champion responsible changes that are both progressive and constructive, integrating revolutionary ideas within the boundaries of established practices. What does it mean when Saturn is in opposition with the Uranus in astrology? When Saturn is in opposition with Uranus in astrology, it signifies a tug-of-war between structure and freedom, discipline and unpredictability. This aspect creates a dynamic of tension and opposing forces, where the individual is caught between tradition and revolutionary change. Here's what it means. Conflict between tradition and innovation. This opposition pulls the individual between sticking to time-tested methods, Saturn, and a strong desire for change or rebellion, Uranus. It represents a period where the need to evolve and break free from restrictions may clash with a deep need for stability. Feeling stifled by rules. Individuals with this aspect may feel that established systems or structures are restrictive and inhibiting their desire for freedom, creativity, or unique expression. They may resist authority or institutional boundaries. Sudden breakthroughs in challenging contexts. Tension from the opposition often leads to moments of sudden unexpected change or insight, especially when the individual can no longer tolerate the weight of limiting systems. There can be major breakthroughs, but often during moments of crisis. The struggle for individual freedom. There is a need to assert personal freedom and independence, but also an acknowledgement that breaking away from structured environments can lead to instability or insecurity. Balancing these extremes can feel like an ongoing struggle. Resistance to authority or responsibility. Uranus's desire for autonomy often rebels against Saturn's demand for accountability, structure, or conformity. Individuals with this opposition may feel a constant tension between their desire for independence and the pressure to accept responsibility. What does it mean when Saturn is in trine with the Uranus in astrology? When Saturn is in trine with Uranus in astrology, it represents a harmonious blend of structure and innovation, offering opportunities for practical and productive change. This aspect balances discipline with sudden transformative energies, leading to stability while embracing progress. Here's what it means: seamless integration of tradition and innovation. The trine between Saturn and Uranus creates an effortless fusion of old structures with new ideas. People with this aspect may easily integrate cutting-edge technologies or unconventional ideas within established frameworks. Long-term progressive change. Saturn's stabilizing influence supports Uranus's urge for progress, allowing for steady growth and change over time. Individuals may undergo gradual but meaningful shifts that feel both organic and sustainable. Creative solutions within conventional systems. This aspect allows individuals to bring innovative, forward-thinking ideas into traditional settings without destabilizing them. It fosters an ability to innovate while maintaining a solid, grounded foundation. Structured liberty. This combination fosters a unique balance between freedom and structure. Individuals with this trine may find ways to enjoy their independence while still being committed to the work required to maintain practical, responsible systems. The ability to transform through discipline. Saturn provides the perseverance needed to bring Uranus's spontaneous ideas into reality. This aspect is about the disciplined execution of unconventional plans that have the potential for long-lasting results. What does it mean when Saturn is squared with the Uranus in astrology? When Saturn is squared with Uranus in astrology, it signifies tension between tradition and innovation, highlighting challenges in reconciling stability with the need for change. This aspect reflects the clash between established norms and disruptive influences. Here's what it means: conflict between security and freedom. This aspect represents a struggle between Saturn's desire for structure and Uranus's push for independence, creating inner or external turmoil about balancing personal freedom with responsibilities. Pressure for change with resistance. Uranus demands sudden transformative changes, but Saturn pushes back with caution and hesitation, leading to stress in deciding when and how to act on new opportunities. Tension in establishing long-term plans. Individuals may feel restricted by rigid expectations while striving to create innovative paths. There may be frequent disruptions in efforts to lay solid foundations for future goals. Facing the unexpected in career or authority. This alignment can bring sudden changes in one's career or public life due to shifts in authority or unexpected challenges to existing structures, often forcing adjustments. Challenges with technological adaptation. The square may manifest as difficulty in integrating new technologies or innovative methods into established systems, leading to friction between modernization and tradition. What does it mean when Saturn is in sextile with the Uranus in astrology? When Saturn is in sextile with Uranus in astrology, it indicates a harmonious opportunity to balance tradition and innovation. This aspect encourages the effective integration of stability and change, allowing growth with both structure and originality. Here's what it means: creative structure. Saturn's discipline complements Uranus's inventive spirit, allowing the development of innovative ideas within a reliable framework, fostering progress without chaos. Balanced risk-taking. This aspect enables calculated risks, blending Saturn's careful planning with Uranus's daring vision to achieve sustainable transformations. Bridge between old and new. Individuals with this aspect excel at harmonizing time-tested traditions with forward-thinking methods, often serving as mediators between conservative and progressive forces. Growth through strategic change. Uranus inspires forward motion, while Saturn ensures this progress is steady and practical, making it easier to implement lasting change without fear of instability. Resilience and reform. This alignment supports the ability to introduce change in a way that doesn't disrupt essential structures, making it a powerful force for improvement in personal or societal systems. Resourceful adaptability. Saturn's methodical approach combines with Uranus's flair for adaptation, resulting in resourcefulness and innovation in dealing with life's challenges. What does it mean when Saturn is in conjunction with the Neptune in astrology? When Saturn is in conjunction with Neptune in astrology, it signifies a blending of Saturn's pragmatism with Neptune's ethereal and imaginative energy. This powerful combination highlights the merging of the tangible and intangible, creating opportunities to bring dreams into reality while grounding spirituality in practical action. Here's what it means. Grounded dreams. This aspect bridges vision and discipline, enabling individuals to manifest their creative or spiritual aspirations with real-world applications. Spiritual discipline. Saturn encourages structured approaches to Neptunian realms such as meditation or healing practices, fostering a consistent and disciplined spiritual path. Practical compassion. The conjunction promotes the blending of empathy with responsibility, inspiring efforts to help others in practical and meaningful ways. Reality meets imagination. Neptune's boundless imagination finds form and function with Saturn's structures, leading to achievements in fields such as art, music, and film where fantasy is made tangible. Navigating uncertainty. This combination strengthens the ability to work through feelings of confusion or doubt by creating solid foundations in periods of ambiguity. Materializing ideals. Saturn gives form to Neptune's ideals, supporting causes, movements, or personal efforts rooted in idealistic values while ensuring they have measurable impact. What does it mean when Saturn is in opposition with the Neptune in astrology? When Saturn is in opposition with Neptune, it creates a dynamic tension between Saturn's practicality and Neptune's dreamlike ideals. This aspect challenges individuals to reconcile realism with imagination and obligation with spiritual pursuits. Here's what it means. Conflict between reality and dreams. This opposition creates a push-pull dynamic where practical responsibilities may clash with idealistic visions or escapist tendencies. Challenge and trust. Individuals may struggle to trust either themselves or others, leading to fears of disillusionment or vulnerability in relationships. Reality checks on idealism. Neptune's dreamy optimism may be tempered by Saturn's demand for evidence and results, forcing one to distinguish feasible goals from unrealistic fantasies. Fear of failure versus hope. This opposition can generate an inner conflict between Saturn's fear of failure and Neptune's yearning for boundless potential, creating cycles of doubt and renewal, sacrificing structure for creativity. There may be a tendency to feel trapped by Saturnian structures, prompting a yearning for greater freedom and creative self-expression inspired by Neptune. Balancing authority and surrender. Individuals may face challenges in finding harmony between taking charge Saturn and letting go of control Neptune. What does it mean when Saturn is in trine with the Neptune in astrology? When Saturn forms a harmonious trine with Neptune, it fosters a natural integration of discipline and imagination, structure and spirituality. This aspect blends Saturn's grounding energy with Neptune's ethereal qualities, resulting in creative potential and practical manifestations of dreams. Here's what it means. Manifestation of dreams. Saturn's structure helps individuals bring Neptune's imaginative visions into reality, offering the ability to translate abstract ideas into tangible results. Spiritual responsibility. This aspect encourages balancing spiritual growth with a sense of duty, leading to a life grounded in meaningful practices. Inspired leadership. Neptune's empathy combined with Saturn's authority can inspire others through compassionate yet responsible leadership. Harmony between intuition and logic. Individuals with this aspect experience an innate flow between intuitive insights and logical reasoning, enabling thoughtful decision-making. Bridging the ideal and the real. This trine makes it easier to balance idealism with practicality, fostering success in both artistic and material endeavors. Emotional discipline. Neptune's emotional sensitivity is grounded by Saturn's steadiness, promoting emotional resilience and stability. What does it mean when Saturn is squared with the Neptune in astrology? When Saturn forms a tense square with Neptune, it brings challenges that arise from the friction between practicality and imagination, discipline and dreams. This aspect can highlight inner struggles but also catalyze growth through learning to navigate these contrasting energies. Here's what it means. Disillusionment of structures. Saturn's need for stability clashes with Neptune's illusions, leading individuals to question established systems or beliefs they once relied on. Fear of the unknown. Neptune's elusive nature may amplify fears, particularly around undefined or ambiguous situations, which Saturn struggles to control. Escapism versus responsibility. This aspect can provoke tension between fulfilling duties and the urge to retreat into escapist tendencies, like daydreaming or avoiding challenges. Struggle to ground dreams. While aspirations are vivid, the square creates friction in converting ideals into reality, often requiring persistent effort to overcome delays. Existential doubt. Saturn's demand for clear definitions conflicts with Neptune's ambiguity, causing individuals to grapple with questions about purpose or spiritual meaning. Confusion about boundaries. Neptune's dissolving influence challenges Saturn's firm lines, leading to unclear personal or emotional boundaries in relationships or self-concepts. What does it mean when Saturn is in sextile with the Neptune in astrology? A sextile between Saturn and Neptune fosters a harmonious blend of discipline and dreams, creating opportunities for practical spirituality and grounded creativity. Here's what it means. Structured imagination. This aspect allows individuals to channel creative visions into tangible forms, combining Neptune's ideals with Saturn's practicality. Inspired work ethic. There's a subtle motivation to infuse one's daily responsibilities with inspiration and a deeper sense of meaning. Balance of realism and hope. This sextile helps people stay optimistic without losing sight of reality, encouraging sensible yet inspired goal setting. Manifestation of spiritual goals. Saturn supports Neptune's intuitive guidance, allowing individuals to build real-world frameworks for their spiritual aspirations. Compassion and leadership. Those with this aspect may take a grounded approach to helping others, showing kindness while maintaining realistic boundaries. Persistence and creativity. Neptune's dreams are supported by Saturn's perseverance, enabling individuals to develop artistic or spiritual projects with discipline. What does it mean when Saturn is in conjunction with the Pluto in astrology? When Saturn is in conjunction with Pluto in astrology, it creates a profound merging of Saturn's discipline and structure with Pluto's transformative and intense energy. This aspect speaks to a deep reshaping of foundations and the forging of strength through trials. Here's what it means. Powerful restructuring. This conjunction drives individuals to rebuild key areas of their life, tearing down outdated structures to lay the foundation for lasting transformation. Mastering transformation. It emphasizes the ability to harness Pluto's transformative force with Saturn's discipline, allowing personal growth and self-mastery. Resilience through adversity. This aspect fosters an exceptional ability to endure and thrive under pressure, building emotional and physical strength. Control of inner power. Saturn tempers Pluto's intensity, guiding individuals to take measured control of their personal power rather than being overwhelmed by it. Deep work ethic. Individuals with this aspect often exhibit an unrelenting focus and determination, pursuing goals with a depth of commitment. Legacy building. This conjunction highlights the pursuit of long-term goals that leave a profound impact, often involving themes of authority, power, or transformation. Innovating structure. Saturn's order combines with Pluto's creative destruction, encouraging innovation within structured systems or organizations. What does it mean when Saturn is in opposition with the Pluto in astrology? When Saturn is in opposition with Pluto, it signifies a dynamic tension between Saturn's structure, responsibility, and authority, and Pluto's forceful drive for transformation and regeneration. This challenging aspect highlights struggles with control, power, and rebuilding stability. Here's what it means. Power struggles. This opposition often manifests as a clash between external authority, Saturn, and internal desires for transformation, Pluto, creating conflicts in navigating power dynamics. Challenge to established systems. Individuals may face challenges where established structures and traditions are at odds with the need for profound change and renewal. Crisis of control. It can evoke situations where control is either excessively imposed or completely disrupted, leading to lessons about balance and authority. Forced accountability. The aspect often demands individuals take full responsibility for the impact of their choices, especially in areas involving control and transformation. Confrontation of fears. Pluto's transformative energy brings hidden fears or anxieties into the open, forcing confrontation and growth through Saturn's lessons of resilience. Deep tensions and responsibilities. Conflicts may arise between personal ambitions and shared responsibilities, creating internal or external tension over priorities. What does it mean when Saturn is in trine with the Pluto in astrology? When Saturn forms a trine aspect with Pluto, the blending of these two powerful energies creates a harmonious flow of transformation and personal power. Saturn's structure and discipline combined with Pluto's depth and regenerative force provides a solid foundation for profound yet sustainable change. Here's what it means. Steady transformation. This aspect supports steady, long-term change and transformation. Individuals have the ability to make deep, lasting adjustments to their lives with a clear sense of purpose and practicality. Building power. Saturn's disciplined approach works well with Pluto's transformative energy, helping to construct power in sustainable ways. People with this aspect are likely to rise in positions of authority through consistent effort and control. Potential for regeneration. There is a natural ability for personal or professional regeneration, allowing individuals to reinvent themselves and overcome limitations, often through restructuring or redefining their roles. Control through resilience. This combination enables individuals to develop personal power by focusing on mastering situations, especially those requiring sustained effort to rebuild or renew. Structural stability and change. While Pluto encourages upheaval, Saturn provides the foundation for rebuilding in a structured way. This aspect enables individuals to withstand challenges and emerge stronger. Deep focus on goals. Individuals with Saturn trine Pluto possess the ability to focus intensely on goals, gradually and methodically working towards substantial long-term achievements without losing sight of the bigger picture. What does it mean when Saturn is squared with the Pluto in astrology? When Saturn squares Pluto in astrology, it brings intense challenges and internal conflicts between structure, control, and deep transformation. The square aspect indicates tension and friction between Saturn's desire for order, discipline, and stability, and Pluto's urge for radical change and power dynamics. This combination can force an individual to confront authority, control issues, and areas of life that demand deep regeneration. Here's what it means. Struggle for control. There can be an internal or external struggle regarding control, whether it's about asserting one's power or dealing with someone else's domination. Tension may arise when individuals feel either restricted by others or have difficulty relinquishing control. Facing limitations. This aspect tends to bring situations where one's limitations, whether personal, social, or structural, become starkly evident. Overcoming these constraints may be necessary, but doing so often feels like an uphill battle. Power struggles. Saturn square Pluto often results in power struggles, where external forces challenge authority or create feelings of inadequacy. This can affect both personal relationships and professional environments, requiring significant effort to navigate. Disruption of structure. The square can disrupt well-established systems or structures, demanding a complete rethinking or transformation of how things are done. This is often a difficult and messy process, requiring endurance and resilience. Transformation through resistance. The transformation prompted by this aspect might not come easily. Pluto's forceful nature will often create uncomfortable situations, while Saturn demands that these challenges be dealt with through methodical discipline. What does it mean when Saturn is in sextile with the Pluto in astrology? When Saturn sextiles Pluto in astrology, this harmonious aspect facilitates deep transformation through discipline and structure. Unlike the tense squares or oppositions, the sextile indicates an easy flow between Saturn's need for control, responsibility, and long-term planning, and Pluto's desire for powerful and radical change. This combination encourages constructive change, fostering growth through mastery and focus. Here's what it means. Effortless personal growth. Individuals with this aspect often experience deep, lasting change, but it happens with less resistance than other hard aspects. Transformation is accomplished through disciplined efforts and steady incremental progress. Balanced restructuring. This aspect provides the tools needed for significant structural changes, yet it allows them to occur in a balanced and practical manner. The ability to rebuild or reorganize life's foundations with poise is strong. Harnessing inner strength. Saturn sextile. Pluto facilitates tapping into an individual's inner reserves of strength and power. People with this aspect may find that their core resources are deepened and made more accessible when confronted with difficult situations. Manifestation through discipline. This aspect supports manifestation of one's goals or ambitions by providing both the perseverance, Saturn, and transformative energy, Pluto, needed. Practical effort aligned with a deep, focused intention can bring extraordinary success. Long-term power building. Saturn and Pluto are both associated with long-term effort and mastery. The sextile aspect makes it easier to methodically build towards ultimate success or power, establishing durable foundations for the future. What does it mean when Saturn transits to the Aries in astrology? When Saturn transits into Aries in astrology, it signifies a significant shift in the areas of life affected by Saturn's influence, as well as the collective energy experienced by individuals born under the sign of Aries. Here's what it typically means. Initiative and action. Aries is a sign known for its boldness, courage, and desire for action. When Saturn transits into Aries, it may bring a period where individuals are called upon to take initiative, assert themselves, and pursue their goals with determination and perseverance. Challenges and responsibilities. Saturn's influence in Aries can bring challenges and responsibilities that require individuals to confront their fears, overcome obstacles, and develop a greater sense of self-discipline and maturity. It may be a time of hard work and effort to achieve desired outcomes. Self-identity and independence. Aries is associated with individuality and independence. Saturn's transit through this sign may prompt individuals to reassess their sense of self-identity, assert their autonomy, and take ownership of their actions and decisions. Self-discovery and growth. Saturn's transit through Aries can be a period of self-discovery and personal growth, where individuals confront their limitations, cultivate resilience, and develop a stronger sense of self-confidence and inner strength. Patience and endurance. Aries is a sign known for its impulsive and impatient nature. Saturn's influence in this sign may temper these tendencies, encouraging individuals to exercise patience, endurance, and perseverance in pursuing their ambitions and overcoming obstacles. What does it mean when Saturn transits to the Taurus in astrology? When Saturn transits into Taurus in astrology, it signifies a significant shift in the areas of life influenced by Saturn's energies, as well as the collective energy experienced by individuals born under the sign of Taurus. Here's what it typically means. Financial stability and security. Taurus is associated with material possessions, finances, and stability. When Saturn transits into Taurus, it may bring a focus on financial matters, prompting individuals to prioritize stability, savings, and long-term financial security. Practicality and resourcefulness. Saturn's influence in Taurus emphasizes practicality, resourcefulness, and a disciplined approach to managing resources. Individuals may be called upon to assess their financial habits, make prudent investments, and cultivate a greater sense of self-reliance. Material realism. Taurus is a sign that appreciates tangible comforts and pleasures. Saturn's transit through this sign may bring a heightened awareness of material realities and the importance of responsible stewardship of resources. Slow and steady progress. Taurus is known for its slow and steady approach to life. Saturn's transit into this sign reinforces the value of patience, persistence, and endurance in achieving goals and building lasting foundations for success. Self-worth and values. Taurus is associated with self-worth, values, and personal possessions. Saturn's transit may prompt individuals to reevaluate their values, establish boundaries, and prioritize what truly matters to them in terms of material and emotional fulfillment. Stability in relationships. Taurus also governs relationships and partnerships. Saturn's transit may bring a focus on stability and commitment in relationships, prompting individuals to reassess their long-term goals and responsibilities within partnerships. What does it mean when Saturn transits to the Gemini in astrology? When Saturn transits into Gemini in astrology, it signifies a significant shift in the areas of life influenced by Saturn's energies, as well as the collective energy experienced by individuals born under the sign of Gemini. Here's what it typically means. Communication and learning. Gemini is associated with communication, intellect, and curiosity. When Saturn transits into Gemini, it may bring a focus on communication skills, education, and intellectual pursuits. Individuals may be called upon to deepen their knowledge, refine their communication style, and pursue learning opportunities with discipline and focus. Critical thinking and analysis. Saturn's influence in Gemini emphasizes critical thinking, analysis, and attention to detail. Individuals may become more discerning in their thinking, questioning assumptions, and seeking clarity in their ideas and beliefs. Responsibility in relationships. Gemini governs social connections and relationships. Saturn's transit may bring a focus on responsibility and commitment in relationships, prompting individuals to reassess their communication patterns, establish boundaries, and cultivate deeper connections based on trust and mutual respect. Adaptability and versatility. Gemini is known for its adaptability and versatility. Saturn's transit encourages individuals to harness these qualities while also exercising discipline and focus in pursuing their goals and aspirations. Intellectual discipline. Saturn's influence in Gemini fosters intellectual discipline and rigor. Individuals may be called upon to organize their thoughts, prioritize their ideas, and communicate with clarity and precision. Challenges in communication. Saturn's transit may also bring challenges or obstacles in communication, such as delays, misunderstandings, or limitations in expressing oneself effectively. It encourages individuals to overcome these challenges through patience, perseverance, and a willingness to learn and grow. What does it mean when Saturn transits to the Cancer in astrology? When Saturn transits into Cancer in astrology, it signifies a significant shift in the areas of life influenced by Saturn's energies, as well as the collective energy experienced by individuals born under the sign of Cancer. Here's what it typically means. Emotional security and stability. Cancer is associated with emotions, family, and home life. When Saturn transits into Cancer, it may bring a focus on emotional security and stability, prompting individuals to prioritize their family bonds, create a nurturing home environment, and establish a strong foundation for emotional well-being. Responsibility in family matters. Saturn's influence in Cancer emphasizes responsibility and commitment in family relationships. Individuals may be called upon to take on caregiving roles, provide support and guidance to loved ones, and address any issues or challenges within the family dynamic with patience and maturity. Nurturing self-care. Cancer governs self-care and nurturing instincts. Saturn's transit may encourage individuals to prioritize self-care practices, set boundaries to protect their emotional well-being, and cultivate resilience in the face of life's challenges. Financial security at home. Saturn's transit into Cancer may also bring a focus on financial security and stability within the home environment. Individuals may be called upon to manage household finances responsibly, make practical decisions regarding property or real estate matters, and prioritize long-term financial planning for the future. Building emotional resilience. Saturn's influence in Cancer fosters the development of emotional resilience and maturity. Individuals may be challenged to confront their fears, insecurities, and emotional vulnerabilities, and to cultivate inner strength and stability in the face of adversity. Healing family wounds. Saturn's transit may also bring opportunities for healing and reconciliation within the family unit. Individuals may be called upon to address unresolved issues from the past, foster forgiveness and understanding, and create a supportive and nurturing environment for emotional growth and healing. What does it mean when Saturn transits to the Leo in astrology? When Saturn transits into Leo in astrology, it signifies a significant shift in the areas of life influenced by Saturn's energies, as well as the collective energy experienced by individuals born under the sign of Leo. Here's what it typically means. Personal responsibility and leadership. Leo is associated with self-expression, creativity, and leadership. When Saturn transits into Leo, it may bring a focus on personal responsibility, prompting individuals to take ownership of their actions, lead with integrity, and embrace their leadership potential with discipline and maturity. Creativity and self-expression. Saturn's influence in Leo emphasizes discipline and structure in creative pursuits and self-expression. Individuals may be called upon to hone their talents, develop their skills, and express themselves authentically, while also exercising patience and perseverance in their artistic endeavors. Recognition and authority. Leo governs fame, recognition, and authority. Saturn's transit may bring opportunities for individuals to achieve recognition for their achievements, earn respect and admiration from others, and assume positions of authority with humility and integrity. Self-confidence and self-worth. Saturn's transit into Leo encourages individuals to cultivate self-confidence, self-respect, and a strong sense of self-worth. It challenges individuals to overcome self-doubt, embrace their unique talents and abilities, and assert themselves with courage and conviction. Responsibility in romance and relationships. Leo governs romance and relationships. Saturn's influence in this area may bring a focus on responsibility, commitment, and maturity in matters of the heart. Individuals may be called upon to build stable and enduring relationships based on mutual respect, loyalty, and shared values. Balancing ego and humility. Saturn's transit challenges individuals to balance their ego with humility. While Leo encourages self-expression and confidence, Saturn reminds individuals to remain grounded, modest, and respectful of others' contributions and perspectives. What does it mean when Saturn transits to the Virgo in astrology? When Saturn transits into Virgo in astrology, it signifies a significant shift in the areas of life influenced by Saturn's energies, as well as the collective energy experienced by individuals born under the sign of Virgo. Here's what it typically means. Practicality and discipline. Virgo is associated with practicality, organization, and attention to detail. When Saturn transits into Virgo, it may bring a focus on discipline and structure in daily routines, work habits, and health practices. Individuals may be called upon to cultivate greater efficiency, productivity, and responsibility in their everyday lives. Health and wellness. Virgo governs health and wellness. Saturn's influence in Virgo may prompt individuals to prioritize self-care, adopt healthier lifestyle choices, and address any health issues or concerns with diligence and discipline. It's a time for individuals to focus on preventive care and wellness practices for long-term well-being. Service and duty. Virgo is known for its service-oriented nature. Saturn's transit encourages individuals to take on responsibilities, fulfill obligations, and contribute to the well-being of others with humility and dedication. It's a time for individuals to find fulfillment through meaningful service and acts of kindness. Attention to detail. Saturn's influence in Virgo emphasizes attention to detail and a meticulous approach to tasks and projects. Individuals may be challenged to refine their skills, pay careful attention to quality and accuracy, and strive for excellence in their work and endeavors. Criticism and self-improvement. Virgo is associated with self-criticism and a desire for self-improvement. Saturn's transit may bring opportunities for individuals to confront their shortcomings, address areas for growth, and develop a greater sense of self-discipline and self-mastery. Financial prudence. Saturn's transit into Virgo may also bring a focus on financial prudence and resource management. Individuals may be called upon to budget wisely, save for the future, and make practical decisions regarding finances, investments, and material possessions. What does it mean when Saturn transits to the Libra in astrology? When Saturn transits into Libra in astrology, it signifies a significant shift in the areas of life influenced by Saturn's energies, as well as the collective energy experienced by individuals born under the sign of Libra. Here's what it typically means. Relationship focus. Libra is associated with relationships, partnerships, and harmony. When Saturn transits into Libra, it may bring a strong focus on these areas, prompting individuals to evaluate the health and stability of their relationships, establish boundaries, and commit to creating balanced and harmonious partnerships. Commitment and responsibility. Saturn's influence in Libra emphasizes commitment and responsibility in relationships. Individuals may be called upon to take their partnerships seriously, work through challenges with patience and maturity, and prioritize the needs of their partners and the relationship as a whole. Justice and fairness. Libra governs justice, fairness, and diplomacy. Saturn's transit encourages individuals to uphold principles of fairness, seek equitable solutions to conflicts, and advocate for social justice and equality in their communities and society at large. Balancing act. Libra is known for its desire for balance and harmony. Saturn's transit challenges individuals to find a balance between their own needs and the needs of others, between independence and interdependence, and between assertiveness and compromise in their relationships and interactions. Personal growth through partnership. Saturn's transit into Libra may bring opportunities for personal growth and development through partnerships. Individuals may learn important lessons about cooperation, communication, and compromise, which contribute to their overall maturity and emotional well-being. Legal matters and contracts. Libra also governs legal matters, contracts, and agreements. Saturn's influence in this area may bring a focus on legal responsibilities, contractual obligations, and the need for clarity and fairness in legal proceedings and negotiations. What does it mean when Saturn transits to the Scorpio in astrology? When Saturn transits into Scorpio in astrology, it signifies a significant shift in the areas of life influenced by Saturn's energies, as well as the collective energy experienced by individuals born under the sign of Scorpio. Here's what it typically means. Intense transformation. Scorpio is associated with transformation, intensity, and depth. When Saturn transits into Scorpio, it may bring a period of intense transformation and personal growth, prompting individuals to confront their deepest fears, desires, and emotional wounds with courage and resilience. Facing reality. Saturn's influence in Scorpio encourages individuals to face reality, confront the truth of their situations, and delve into the depths of their psyche to uncover hidden truths and motivations. It's a time for deep introspection, self-discovery, and psychological healing. Emotional maturity. Scorpio governs emotional intensity and power. Saturn's transit may bring opportunities for emotional maturity and mastery, challenging individuals to navigate intense emotions, establish healthy boundaries, and develop resilience in the face of emotional upheaval. Financial reckoning. Scorpio also governs shared resources, investments, and debts. Saturn's influence in this area may bring a focus on financial reckoning, prompting individuals to confront financial responsibilities, manage debt, and make practical decisions regarding investments and shared resources. Depth in relationships. Saturn's transit into Scorpio may also bring a focus on deepening relationships and forging meaningful connections based on trust, intimacy, and mutual support. Individuals may be called upon to confront issues of trust and betrayal, establish deeper emotional bonds, and cultivate authenticity in their relationships. Sexual healing and empowerment. Scorpio governs sexuality and empowerment. Saturn's influence in Scorpio may bring opportunities for sexual healing, empowerment, and transformation, challenging individuals to embrace their sexuality with maturity, respect, and integrity. What does it mean when Saturn transits to the Sagittarius in astrology? When Saturn transits into Sagittarius in astrology, it signifies a significant shift in the areas of life influenced by Saturn's energies, as well as the collective energy experienced by individuals born under the sign of Sagittarius. Here's what it typically means. Philosophical reflection. Sagittarius is associated with philosophy, higher learning, and exploration. When Saturn transits into Sagittarius, it may bring a focus on philosophical reflection, prompting individuals to question their beliefs, explore new ideas, and seek a deeper understanding of the world around them. Discipline and education. Saturn's influence in Sagittarius emphasizes discipline and structure in higher education, academic pursuits, and intellectual endeavors. Individuals may be called upon to approach their studies with diligence and focus, set ambitious goals for learning and intellectual growth, and pursue knowledge with maturity and perseverance. Spiritual growth. Sagittarius governs spirituality, faith, and personal growth. Saturn's transit may bring opportunities for spiritual growth and development, challenging individuals to deepen their spiritual practice, explore their beliefs with greater depth and commitment, and align their actions with their higher purpose and values. Travel restrictions. Sagittarius is associated with travel and exploration. However, Saturn's influence may bring limitations or restrictions on travel, prompting individuals to approach travel plans with caution, adhere to travel regulations, and prioritize safety and practicality in their journeys. Legal matters and ethics. Sagittarius also governs legal matters, ethics, and morality. Saturn's transit may bring a focus on ethical responsibilities, adherence to legal regulations, and the pursuit of justice with integrity and honesty. Expanding horizons with discipline. Overall, Saturn's transit into Sagittarius challenges individuals to expand their horizons, pursue their ideals with discipline and maturity, and embrace opportunities for personal and intellectual growth. It encourages individuals to approach life's adventures with a sense of responsibility, integrity, and wisdom. What does it mean when Saturn transits to the Capricorn in astrology? When Saturn transits into Capricorn in astrology, it holds immense significance as Capricorn is Saturn's home sign, magnifying its influence and impact. Here's what it typically means. Structural reinforcement. Capricorn symbolizes structure, discipline, and authority. Saturn's transit into Capricorn reinforces structures in society, governments, institutions, and personal lives. It's a time for laying solid foundations, implementing long-term plans, and establishing order and stability. Career and ambition. Capricorn governs career, ambition, and achievements. Saturn's transit encourages individuals to pursue their career goals with dedication, perseverance, and strategic planning. It's a time for professional advancement, assuming leadership roles and achieving recognition for hard work and competence. Responsibility and accountability. Saturn in Capricorn emphasizes responsibility, accountability, and integrity. Individuals may face challenges that test their resilience, discipline, and ethical conduct. It's a period for taking ownership of one's actions, honoring commitments, and adhering to moral principles. Financial prudence. Capricorn also relates to finances and material security. Saturn's transit prompts individuals to adopt prudent financial management, budgeting, and investment strategies. It's a time for fiscal discipline, saving for the future, and making sound financial decisions. Authority and leadership. Saturn in Capricorn encourages individuals to assume positions of authority and leadership with humility and competence. It's a period for demonstrating managerial skills, earning respect from peers and subordinates, and exerting influence with wisdom and integrity. Traditional values. Capricorn is associated with tradition and legacy. Saturn's transit may evoke a revival of traditional values, respect for authority, and adherence to time-tested principles. It's a time for honoring cultural heritage, preserving institutions, and upholding societal norms. What does it mean when Saturn transits to the Aquarius in astrology? When Saturn transits into Aquarius in astrology, it brings a notable shift in the areas of life influenced by Saturn's energies, impacting both individuals born under the sign of Aquarius and the collective energy as a whole. Here's what it typically signifies. Innovative structures. Aquarius is associated with innovation, progress, and unconventional thinking. Saturn's transit into Aquarius encourages the establishment of innovative structures and systems in society, technology, and governance. It's a time for embracing new ideas, experimenting with unconventional approaches, and fostering collective progress. Social responsibility. Aquarius governs social causes, humanitarianism, and community involvement. Saturn's influence in Aquarius emphasizes social responsibility, urging individuals to address societal issues, advocate for social justice, and contribute to collective well-being through organized efforts and activism. Scientific advancement. Aquarius also relates to science, technology, and intellectual pursuits. Saturn's transit fosters scientific advancement, research, and technological innovation. It encourages individuals to pursue knowledge, explore new frontiers in science and technology, and harness the power of intellect for the betterment of humanity. Group dynamics. Aquarius symbolizes group dynamics, collaboration, and teamwork. Saturn's transit highlights the importance of collaboration, cooperation, and collective action in achieving common goals. It's a time for building strong social networks, fostering community bonds, and working together towards shared objectives. Progressive ideals. Aquarius is associated with progressive ideals, freedom, and equality. Saturn's influence in Aquarius encourages individuals to uphold progressive values, advocate for individual rights, and challenge established norms and conventions that hinder societal progress. Humanitarian vision. Overall, Saturn's transit into Aquarius inspires a humanitarian vision for the future, characterized by innovation, social reform, and collective empowerment. It invites individuals to embrace their role as agents of change, contribute to the advancement of society, and envision a more inclusive and equitable world. What does it mean when Saturn transits to the Pisces in astrology? When Saturn transits into Pisces in astrology, it brings about significant shifts in the areas of life influenced by Saturn's energies, impacting both individuals born under the sign of Pisces and the collective energy as a whole. Here's what it typically signifies. Spiritual discipline. Pisces is associated with spirituality, intuition, and compassion. When Saturn transits into Pisces, it emphasizes spiritual discipline, prompting individuals to deepen their spiritual practice, cultivate inner wisdom, and integrate spiritual principles into their daily lives with dedication and commitment. Emotional boundaries. Pisces governs emotions, empathy, and sensitivity. Saturn's transit encourages individuals to establish healthy emotional boundaries, discern between their own emotions and those of others, and navigate emotional complexities with maturity and self-awareness. Creative discipline. Pisces also relates to creativity, imagination, and artistic expression. Saturn's influence in Pisces emphasizes disciplined creativity, urging individuals to channel their artistic talents with structure, focus, and perseverance. It's a time for honing creative skills, pursuing artistic endeavors with dedication, and expressing oneself authentically. Compassionate service. Pisces symbolizes compassion, selflessness, and service to others. Saturn's transit fosters opportunities for compassionate service, encouraging individuals to extend help and support to those in need, contribute to charitable causes, and embody the principles of empathy and kindness in their interactions with others. Boundaries and spirituality. Saturn's transit into Pisces may also bring a focus on boundaries and spirituality, prompting individuals to discern between genuine spiritual guidance and delusion, maintain discernment in spiritual practices, and avoid escapism or denial of earthly realities in pursuit of spiritual enlightenment. Karmic healing. Overall, Saturn's transit into Pisces invites individuals to engage in karmic healing, confront unresolved issues from the past, and embrace spiritual growth and transformation. It's a time for deep introspection, inner healing, and aligning with higher spiritual truths for personal and collective evolution. What does it mean when Saturn transits to the first house in astrology? When Saturn transits through the first house in astrology, it has a significant impact on the individual's personality, self-image, and approach to life. Here's what it typically means. Self-discovery and identity. The first house, also known as the ascendant or rising sign, represents the individual's self-image, identity, and physical appearance. Saturn's transit through this house initiates a period of self-discovery and self-awareness, prompting individuals to reassess their identity, values, and goals. Responsibility and maturity. Saturn's influence in the first house encourages individuals to take on greater responsibilities, demonstrate maturity, and cultivate self-discipline. It's a time for personal growth and development, as individuals learn important lessons about self-reliance, perseverance, and accountability. Self-discipline and hard work. Individuals may feel a strong sense of duty and obligation during Saturn's transit through the first house, prompting them to adopt a disciplined approach to life and work diligently towards their goals. Saturn encourages individuals to set realistic goals, prioritize their tasks, and persevere through challenges with determination. Self-improvement and transformation. Saturn's transit through the first house facilitates personal growth and transformation as individuals confront their limitations, overcome obstacles, and strive for self-improvement. It's a time for introspection, self-reflection, and making positive changes to align with one's authentic self. Physical health and well-being. The first house also relates to physical health and vitality. Saturn's transit may bring attention to health-related matters, prompting individuals to adopt healthier lifestyle choices, prioritize self-care, and address any health issues or concerns with discipline and diligence. Establishing authority and boundaries. Saturn's presence in the first house encourages individuals to establish their authority and assert their boundaries with confidence. It's a time for setting clear boundaries in relationships and asserting oneself in various areas of life, leading to greater self-respect and respect from others. What does it mean when Saturn transits to the second house in astrology? When Saturn transits through the second house in astrology, it has a significant impact on the individual's finances, values, and sense of self-worth. Here's what it typically means. Financial responsibilities. The second house governs finances, material possessions, and personal resources. Saturn's transit through this house brings a focus on financial responsibility, prompting individuals to reassess their financial situation, budget carefully, and prioritize long-term financial stability over immediate gratification. Financial constraints. Saturn's influence in the second house may bring financial challenges or limitations, such as increased expenses, reduced income, or obstacles in achieving financial goals. Individuals may need to adopt a frugal lifestyle, cut unnecessary expenses, and work harder to achieve financial security. Values and priorities. The second house also represents personal values and priorities. Saturn's transit encourages individuals to reassess their values, prioritize what is truly important to them, and make decisions that align with their long-term goals and aspirations. Self-worth and self-esteem. Saturn's transit through the second house may also affect the individual's sense of self-worth and self-esteem. Individuals may experience feelings of insecurity or inadequacy, prompting them to confront and overcome any limiting beliefs or negative self-perceptions. Material security. Saturn's presence in the second house encourages individuals to take steps to secure their material possessions and establish a solid financial foundation for the future. It's a time for prudent financial planning, saving for the future, and investing in assets that provide long-term security. Value of hard work. Saturn's transit through the second house emphasizes the value of hard work, perseverance, and self-reliance in achieving financial stability and success. Individuals may need to put in extra effort, exercise patience, and demonstrate resilience in overcoming financial challenges. What does it mean when Saturn transits to the third house in astrology? When Saturn transits through the third house in astrology, it influences communication, learning, and short-distance travel. Here's what it typically signifies. Serious communication. Saturn's presence in the third house brings a more serious tone to communication. Individuals may find themselves communicating more cautiously, thoughtfully, and responsibly. They may take their words more seriously and choose them carefully, leading to more meaningful conversations but also potential challenges in expressing oneself freely. Focused learning. Saturn's transit encourages structured learning and disciplined study habits. Individuals may be more focused on acquiring knowledge, pursuing educational opportunities, or engaging in intellectual pursuits. It's a time for diligent effort in learning new skills or furthering one's education, but it may also bring challenges or delays in academic pursuits. Siblings and relationships with relatives. The third house also represents siblings, neighbors, and extended family. Saturn's transit may bring increased responsibilities or challenges related to these relationships. Individuals may need to take on caregiving roles for siblings or relatives, or they may face issues that require patience and maturity to resolve. Practical thinking. Saturn's influence in the third house promotes practical thinking and logical reasoning. Individuals may approach problems or decisions with a more pragmatic mindset, considering the long-term consequences of their actions. It's a time for strategic planning and methodical problem solving. Communication blocks or delays. Saturn's transit through the third house may also manifest as communication blocks, delays, or challenges in expressing oneself effectively. Individuals may encounter obstacles in conveying their ideas or may face misunderstandings in communication. Patience and perseverance are essential during this transit. Short distance travel. The third house governs short distance travel and transportation. Saturn's influence may bring limitations or delays in travel plans or increased responsibilities related to travel. It's advisable to plan trips carefully and be prepared for potential delays or obstacles. What does it mean when Saturn transits to the fourth house in astrology? When Saturn transits through the fourth house in astrology, it profoundly influences the individual's home life, family dynamics, and emotional foundations. Here's what it typically signifies. Family responsibilities. Saturn's presence in the fourth house brings a focus on family responsibilities and obligations. Individuals may feel a heightened sense of duty towards their family members, particularly towards parents or other caregivers. It's a time for taking on caregiving roles, providing support, and establishing stronger family bonds. Emotional stability. The fourth house represents emotional security and inner foundations. Saturn's transit encourages individuals to build a solid emotional foundation, confront unresolved emotional issues, and establish boundaries that foster emotional stability. It's a period for inner reflection, healing, and strengthening emotional resilience. Home and property matters. Saturn's influence in the fourth house may bring attention to home-related matters, such as buying or selling property, home renovations, or family inheritance issues. Individuals may need to address practical concerns related to their living situation and make decisions that ensure long-term stability and security. Roots and ancestry. The fourth house also relates to roots, ancestry, and heritage. Saturn's transit may prompt individuals to explore their family history, reconnect with their cultural roots, or honor traditions passed down through generations. It's a time for embracing one's heritage and finding strength in familial connections. Establishing boundaries. Saturn's presence in the fourth house encourages individuals to establish boundaries in their personal and family life. It's important to define limits, assert one's needs, and create a sense of security within the home environment. Setting healthy boundaries fosters a sense of emotional safety and fosters healthier relationships. What does it mean when Saturn transits to the fifth house in astrology? When Saturn transits through the fifth house in astrology, it influences creativity, self-expression, romance, and children. Here's what it typically signifies. Serious approach to creativity. Saturn's presence in the fifth house may bring a more disciplined or structured approach to creative pursuits. Individuals may feel compelled to work diligently on creative projects, but they may also encounter challenges or delays in expressing themselves artistically. It's a time for taking creative endeavors seriously and cultivating patience in the creative process. Responsibilities and romance. Saturn's transit through the fifth house may bring a sense of responsibility or seriousness to romantic relationships. Individuals may reassess their romantic priorities, set boundaries, or confront issues related to commitment and stability in relationships. It's a time for mature and realistic approaches to love and romance. Challenges with children. The fifth house governs children and parenting. Saturn's influence may bring challenges or responsibilities related to children, such as caregiving duties, discipline issues, or concerns about their well-being. It's important for parents to maintain patience, consistency, and discipline while navigating these challenges. Structured leisure activities. Saturn's transit encourages individuals to approach leisure activities with discipline and structure. It's a time for pursuing hobbies or recreational pursuits that require dedication and skill development. While leisure activities may feel more restrictive, they can also provide opportunities for personal growth and fulfillment. Fertility concerns. Saturn's presence in the fifth house may also bring concerns or delays related to fertility or childbirth. Individuals may need to address health issues, seek medical assistance, or confront emotional barriers to starting a family. It's important to approach fertility issues with patience, perseverance, and realistic expectations. Educational responsibilities. The fifth house also relates to education and learning. Saturn's transit may bring educational responsibilities or challenges, such as academic pressure, study constraints, or delays in educational pursuits. It's a time for disciplined study habits and focused effort to overcome academic obstacles. What does it mean when Saturn transits to the sixth house in astrology? When Saturn transits through the sixth house in astrology, it influences work, health, routines, and service to others. Here's what it typically signifies. Work responsibilities. Saturn's presence in the sixth house brings a focus on work and professional responsibilities. Individuals may experience increased workloads, heightened expectations, or a need to take on more duties at their job. It's a time for diligent effort, perseverance, and a disciplined approach to work tasks. Structured routines. Saturn's transit encourages individuals to establish structured routines and habits in their daily life. It's a time for prioritizing time management, organization, and efficiency in daily tasks and responsibilities. Establishing healthy routines can lead to greater productivity and a sense of accomplishment. Health and well-being. The sixth house also relates to health and well-being. Saturn's influence may bring a focus on health-related matters, such as addressing existing health issues, adopting healthier lifestyle habits, or taking preventative measures to maintain well-being. It's important to prioritize self-care and pay attention to physical and mental health during this transit. Service to others. Saturn's transit through the sixth house emphasizes service to others and acts of altruism. Individuals may feel a greater sense of duty or obligation to help those in need, whether through volunteer work, caregiving, or acts of kindness. It's a time for contributing to the well-being of others and making a positive impact in the community. Workplace challenges. Saturn's presence in the sixth house may also bring challenges or obstacles in the workplace. Individuals may encounter difficult colleagues, bureaucratic hurdles, or setbacks in their professional endeavors. It's important to approach work challenges with patience, resilience, and a determination to overcome obstacles. Self-improvement efforts. Saturn's transit encourages individuals to focus on self-improvement and personal development. It's a time for setting realistic goals for self-improvement, whether in the workplace, health, or daily routines, and taking concrete steps towards achieving those goals. Saturn's influence fosters discipline, perseverance, and a commitment to long-term growth. What does it mean when Saturn transits to the 7th house in astrology? When Saturn transits through the 7th house in astrology, it significantly influences partnerships, relationships, and commitments. Here's what it typically signifies: commitment and responsibility in relationships. Saturn's presence in the 7th house brings a focus on commitment and responsibility in partnerships. Individuals may reassess their relationships, confront issues of trust and commitment, and take a more serious approach to their partnerships. It's a time for defining boundaries, addressing relationship challenges, and working towards greater stability and longevity in relationships. Challenges in partnerships. Saturn's transit may bring challenges or obstacles in partnerships. Individuals may encounter difficulties or delays in forming or maintaining relationships, face issues of separation or distance, or confront issues that require patience and perseverance to resolve. It's important to approach relationship challenges with maturity, communication, and a willingness to work through difficulties together. Business partnerships and contracts. The 7th house also governs business partnerships, contracts, and legal agreements. Saturn's influence may bring a focus on these areas, prompting individuals to review contracts, negotiate terms, or address legal matters related to partnerships. It's important to approach business partnerships with caution, ensuring clarity and fairness in agreements. Maturity and growth in relationships. Saturn's transit encourages individuals to mature and grow within their relationships. It's a time for developing greater emotional intelligence, communication skills, and a deeper understanding of one's partner. Individuals may learn important lessons about compromise, mutual respect, and the importance of commitment in relationships. Delay or restriction in marriage. Saturn's presence in the 7th house may bring delays or restrictions in marriage or long-term partnerships. Individuals may need to confront obstacles or challenges that delay marriage plans or require them to reevaluate their readiness for commitment. It's important to be patient and realistic in matters of marriage, understanding that timing is essential and that delays can lead to greater stability in the long run. What does it mean when Saturn transits to the 8th house in astrology? When Saturn transits through the 8th house in astrology, it significantly influences themes related to transformation, shared resources, intimacy, and psychological growth. Here's what it typically signifies: transformation and rebirth. The 8th house is associated with transformation, regeneration, and rebirth. Saturn's presence in this house brings a focus on deep psychological changes and inner growth. Individuals may confront their fears, insecurities, and subconscious patterns, leading to profound personal transformation and renewal. Shared resources and finances. The 8th house governs shared resources, joint finances, and investments. Saturn's transit may bring a focus on financial matters related to debts, taxes, loans, or inheritances. Individuals may need to address financial responsibilities or make strategic decisions regarding investments or financial partnerships. Intimacy and emotional depth. Saturn's transit through the 8th house emphasizes intimacy, emotional depth, and vulnerability in relationships. Individuals may experience intense emotional connections or confront issues of trust and intimacy within their partnerships. It's a time for deepening bonds, exploring hidden aspects of oneself, and fostering greater emotional intimacy with others. Facing reality. Saturn's influence in the 8th house encourages individuals to confront reality and accept the deeper truths of life, including mortality, loss, and impermanence. It's a time for letting go of attachments to the past, embracing change, and acknowledging the inevitability of transformation. Psychological healing. The 8th house also relates to psychological healing and catharsis. Saturn's transit may bring opportunities for individuals to engage in therapy, inner work, or spiritual practices that promote emotional healing and self-discovery. It's a time for confronting unresolved issues, releasing emotional baggage, and achieving greater psychological clarity and resilience. Power dynamics and control. Saturn's presence in the 8th house may also bring awareness of power dynamics and issues related to control in relationships. Individuals may need to address issues of trust, manipulation, or dependency within their partnerships and assert their boundaries more firmly. What does it mean when Saturn transits to the 9th house in astrology? When Saturn transits through the 9th house in astrology, it influences themes related to higher learning, travel, spirituality, beliefs, and philosophical outlook. Here's what it typically signifies. Structured approach to higher education. Saturn's presence in the 9th house encourages individuals to take a disciplined and serious approach to higher education. It's a time for focused study, academic rigor, and setting realistic goals for educational pursuits. Individuals may pursue advanced degrees, specialized training, or academic certifications with diligence and perseverance. Challenges in travel and exploration. Saturn's transit may bring challenges or delays in travel plans or exploration. Individuals may encounter obstacles or restrictions when traveling abroad or pursuing adventurous endeavors. It's important to approach travel plans with caution, patience, and a willingness to adapt to unexpected circumstances. Deepening spiritual practice. The 9th house represents spirituality, beliefs, and philosophical outlook. Saturn's influence encourages individuals to deepen their spiritual practice, explore their beliefs with greater depth and seriousness, and integrate spiritual principles into their daily lives. It's a time for disciplined spiritual study, meditation, or religious practice that fosters personal growth and inner peace. Seeking wisdom and truth. Saturn's transit through the 9th house prompts individuals to seek wisdom, truth, and meaning in their lives. It's a time for philosophical reflection, questioning long-held beliefs, and seeking a deeper understanding of the world and one's place within it. Individuals may explore different belief systems or philosophical traditions in search of personal truth. Legal matters and higher education. The 9th house also governs legal matters, higher education, and intellectual pursuits. Saturn's influence may bring responsibilities or challenges related to legal issues, academic pursuits, or publishing endeavors. Individuals may need to approach legal matters or academic projects with diligence, attention to detail, and a sense of responsibility. What does it mean when Saturn transits to the 10th house in astrology? When Saturn transits through the 10th house in astrology, it significantly influences career, public image, authority, and long-term goals. Here's what it typically signifies. Career challenges and responsibilities. Saturn's presence in the 10th house brings a focus on career responsibilities, ambitions, and goals. Individuals may experience increased pressure, challenges, or setbacks in their professional life. It's a time for hard work, discipline, and perseverance in pursuing career objectives. Professional recognition and authority. Saturn's transit may also bring opportunities for professional recognition, advancement, or increased authority. Individuals may take on leadership roles, assume greater responsibilities, or receive accolades for their achievements. It's a time for demonstrating competence, reliability, and integrity in the workplace. Establishing a solid reputation. The 10th house represents public image and reputation. Saturn's influence encourages individuals to establish a solid reputation based on competence, professionalism, and ethical conduct. It's a time for taking ownership of one's actions, maintaining high standards of integrity, and earning the respect of peers and authority figures. Career restructuring and long-term goals. Saturn's transit through the 10th house may bring opportunities for career restructuring or reevaluation of long-term goals. Individuals may reassess their career path, set ambitious yet achievable goals, and take concrete steps towards professional success. It's important to approach career decisions with patience, careful planning, and a realistic assessment of one's strengths and limitations. Authority figures and mentorship. Saturn's presence in the 10th house may also bring interactions with authority figures or mentors who play a significant role in shaping one's career path. Individuals may seek guidance from experienced professionals, mentors, or authority figures who offer valuable insights and advice. It's a time for learning from those who have achieved success in one's chosen field. What does it mean when Saturn transits to the 11th house in astrology? When Saturn transits through the 11th house in astrology, it significantly influences social networks, friendships, aspirations, and humanitarian ideals. Here's what it typically signifies. Reassessing social circles. Saturn's presence in the 11th house prompts individuals to reassess their social circles, friendships, and group affiliations. It's a time for evaluating the quality of social connections, letting go of superficial relationships, and cultivating meaningful connections with like-minded individuals who share similar values and goals. Building long-term goals and aspirations. The 11th house represents hopes, dreams, and future aspirations. Saturn's transit encourages individuals to set realistic, achievable long-term goals and work diligently towards manifesting them. It's a time for strategic planning, disciplined effort, and perseverance in pursuing one's dreams. Community involvement and contributions. Saturn's influence in the 11th house emphasizes community involvement, social activism, and contributions to society. Individuals may feel compelled to engage in humanitarian efforts, volunteer work, or advocacy for causes they believe in. It's a time for making a positive impact in the community and aligning one's actions with larger social and environmental concerns. Strengthening friendships. Saturn's transit may bring challenges or obstacles in friendships, but it also offers opportunities for strengthening bonds with true friends. Individuals may need to confront issues of loyalty, reliability, and trustworthiness within their social circle. It's a time for nurturing genuine friendships based on mutual respect, support, and shared values. Achieving recognition and respect. Saturn's presence in the 11th house may bring opportunities for recognition and respect within social or professional networks. Individuals who demonstrate integrity, leadership, and dedication to their goals may earn the admiration and support of their peers. It's a time for earning credibility and influence through consistent, ethical behavior. What does it mean when Saturn transits to the 12th house in astrology? When Saturn transits the 12th house in astrology, it signifies a period of profound inner reflection, spiritual growth, and facing deep-seated fears and limitations. Here's what it typically means. Spiritual retreat. Saturn's transit through the 12th house encourages introspection and solitude. It's a time for spiritual retreat, meditation, and exploring the subconscious mind. Individuals may feel drawn to retreat from the outer world to seek inner peace and spiritual renewal. Confronting subconscious patterns. This transit prompts individuals to confront their deepest fears, insecurities, and subconscious patterns. Saturn's influence may bring buried emotions and unresolved issues to the surface, challenging individuals to address them with honesty and courage. Karmic reflection. The 12th house is associated with karma and past actions. Saturn's transit may bring karmic lessons and the need to reconcile past deeds. It's a time for reflecting on one's actions and taking responsibility for the consequences, leading to personal growth and spiritual evolution. Sacrifice and letting go. Saturn's presence in the 12th house encourages individuals to release attachments and ego-driven desires. It's a time for letting go of old patterns, relationships, or situations that no longer serve their higher purpose. Through sacrifice and surrender, individuals can find inner peace and freedom. Healing and closure. This transit offers opportunities for psychological healing and closure. Individuals may confront past traumas or emotional wounds, allowing for deep healing and transformation. It's a time for seeking closure and forgiveness, both for oneself and others. Preparation for renewal. Saturn's transit through the 12th house prepares individuals for the upcoming cycle of renewal and rebirth. By facing their inner demons and releasing old baggage, individuals can pave the way for a new beginning and a fresh start in the next phase of their lives. What does it mean when Saturn is in the North Node in Western astrology? The North Node symbolizes Dharma, the long road of soul growth requiring patience, courage, and conscious evolution. Saturn governs structure, responsibility, time, and karmic accountability. When Saturn aligns with the North Node, it calls the soul to build foundations that support its future. This is a period when growth comes not through inspiration, but through commitment, labor, and a deepened relationship with duty and service of Dharma. Constructing a life in alignment with destiny. You are asked to become the architect of your own future, not based on fleeting desires, but on principles that honor your soul's purpose. Saturn here insists that Dharma must be built brick by brick. Facing the dharmic weight of responsibility. There may be pressure to step into roles of leadership, stewardship, or service. These aren't burdens, they are sacred assignments that shape your maturity. Long-term rewards through right effort. Saturn in the North Node is not about quick success. It brings opportunities that require endurance. The reward is profound, a life path that is spiritually sustainable and deeply earned. Discipline as a gateway to freedom. Paradoxically, setting boundaries and practicing restraint during this time expands your capacity to embody Dharma. The soul learns to wield time and energy wisely. Commitment to spiritual integrity. This is a calling to embody what you say you believe. Your external actions must now match your inner truth if you are to walk the dharmic path with strength and clarity. What does it mean when Saturn is in the South Node in Western astrology? The South Node reflects karma, the accumulated weight of prior lifetimes, including unresolved contracts, inherited fears, and internalized systems of control. Saturn represents karmic law, limitations, and soul-tested wisdom. When Saturn transits the South Node, it activates deeply ingrained survival strategies, some rigid, some wise, offering the opportunity to review and release the scaffolding of past identity. Return of karmic burdens and oaths. You may feel the pressure of obligations that originated long ago, duties, roles, or soul contracts from past lives or ancestral lines that now seek resolution or release. Recognizing where structure has become prison. Systems you once relied on, whether belief structures, authority roles, or emotional defenses, may now feel limiting. This transit reveals when order has calcified into avoidance. The weight of unfinished lessons. Saturn here brings forward tasks left incomplete, karmic chapters that need closure. These might arise as life challenges, delays, or patterns of self-judgment that call for compassionate reckoning. Wise withdrawal from outgrown identities. It's time to let go of roles you've outlived, especially those where you've been the enforcer, the martyr, or the one who holds it all together. Saturn asks, what duty are you still carrying that no longer serves your soul's growth? Reclaiming mastery through inner liberation. If engaged consciously, this transit offers access to profound karmic wisdom earned through lifetimes of perseverance. The invitation is to apply this mastery in service of evolution, not repetition. Conclusion. In Western astrology, Saturn stands as a celestial force symbolizing structure, discipline, and the profound influence of time. Its influence is not solely about challenges, it also holds invaluable lessons that shape individuals' lives. Saturn's positioning in a birth chart indicates areas where one faces tests, limitations, and responsibilities. It urges individuals to confront their fears, embrace discipline, and cultivate resilience. Through its challenges, Saturn prompts the development of inner strength, perseverance, and the wisdom necessary for personal growth.